Way, is there anybody there? I see zero. I can see you in the chats. YouTube is telling me there is zero. Oh my god, 317. Uh, hello, viewers. Wow, 317. Wow. Hello, viewer. Today it is Sunday, October 29, 2023. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very well today. On this evening's live stream, we are discussing the goings on this week in the entertainment and on the social media. It was a week where stuff again happened in Hollywood, and in real life, even more bad stuff happened. So, not good, folks. So, if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through. Shall we get those guests out? You know it. Of course we should. Okay, let's do this. First, yes, he is back, folks. Yes, he is the backbone when he's here. That is of Sunday nights, and as you know, I genuinely love this guy. It is yes,
What's
Matt
up,
Cat
nerds?
83.
What's up, nerds? How
Where have
are
you
you?
been hiding?
Oh, I have a family and they to deal with, and they need me around and stuff. And my wife, she plays pool, billiards, and everything. So when
Did she
that
win?
starts, sometimes she wins, sometimes she wins. She's just this is an off week, so I get free time.
Um, this is YouTube, folks. We started with 317 people, and then within 10 seconds, over 100 disappeared.
I noticed that. I was like,
Welcome to
wow.
YouTube, everybody. How's the
It's
channel going, my friend?
it's going just fine, just fine.
How fine?
I mean, it's slowly but surely. You know how it
Slow and
goes.
steady.
Slow
Oh,
and steady, yeah, slow and
God.
steady.
Bit
But
too slow, yes, but
yeah, some
yeah,
people they're
you know.
stars overnight, and sometimes
Listen.
less, and sometimes it takes a while.
How's your mum?
She's great. I actually just spent last week with her.
Oh,
I
we need
spent.
your mum on here. Come
She
on.
would be great, but we watched a lot of movies and TV shows, and she was having none of it by the end of it because there was a lot of crappy ones. So
Uh,
she was not happy.
Jay Goodwin in the chat at Mr. Brown Alliance. That's me. Should have led off the stream with some Jamaican ASMR.
Yeah, for sure, for
So
sure.
it's great to have you back, mate.
Yeah, no, it's great to be back. I
Do
missed you
not
guys.
stay away.
I will try my best. I will try my best.
Yes, okay. Shall we get the next
I
body
can't. Yeah,
out?
I can't wait.
Okay, next, all the way from the land of Texas Shire, she is the queen of this channel. I can't speak. She's excited. It is Rennie L.
Hey! Nice to have you back, Linda, by the way.
It's good to be back. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
We're fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I won a pistol in a raffle at my gun range. So,
You want a
yeah,
gun,
I gotta go pick
everybody?
it up. So, I'm excited.
That is exciting. I would take a free pistol.
Yeah, shit. And it's worth like 500 something bucks. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, for
pretty
sure.
nice. So,
Uh,
yeah, add another one to the family.
There you go, folks. Mr. Ponderosa, you've got an audience from the Little Platoon. We're tuned in. Mr. Brown, welcome.
Yeah.
Stream killer. Great to have you on, Rennie.
Yeah, it's good to be on.
Stream killer. Shall we get next body out?
Do it.
Yes. Okay. Next, the chat favorite. My favorite is back. She's been away for a few weeks. It is Vexomorph.
Bro.
Hey, Vex.
I'm here to jump on half-naked, unsuspecting Wayland Corp individuals.
Yeah.
Just FYI. I learned that there was a whole sex bit come out of Alien, like cut out of
What?
Alien. Yeah. Ridley Scott wanted to push a more sexual angle with the original
Oh,
script.
that's
Yeah.
weird.
So like there was like a whole bit where like the alien got turned on by Ridley in that last scene, and like there
Oh,
was
God.
it's weird. So in the director's cut, you kind of get some of those undertones, but in the theatrical
Well,
cut, it never made it. But
Huh.
I don't
yeah,
think the spider, the egg creature from below,
the
that looks a bit of a, doesn't it?
oh, it looks like a
Is
vagina onto a spider.
Yes. Yes.
I was gonna say, is it the alien grape cut? If you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think they
Stream
really
kill,
cut out a
everybody.
grape, given what happened to that one guy with his chest. So
There you go.
Why is it the women are the worst? But anyway, great to have you on, Vex.
it's a pleasure to be here.
I would
Good
say,
to see you all.
forgive my rudeness. How's the channel going?
No comment.
I know. I think YouTube is my
Yeah,
channel's
YouTube
on a
sucks.
slump at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube sucks.
Anyway,
Sees
Great
brown
to have you-
rolling and it's hating. Just kidding.
Right.
great to have you back, Vex. You've been
pleasure.
missed. Okay. Should we get the next body out?
Mhm.
Next, we see the good inside our next guests. And this is why everybody's here. Not for me. This is why they're here, folks. He is the Dark Sith Lord. It is Little Blue.
Evening. Well, we're all here for you, so by extension, everybody
thanks.
else.
Aw.
So fluffy. Hello, Lord. How you doing?
All good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. It's been a while.
Couple of weeks, yeah, busy time. But
More than that. It's about a month, isn't it?
no, it's a couple of weeks. I was on 2 weeks ago. I'm sure I was on 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
it feels like a month.
think
You've been
so.
away.
It's
How
just
did your
so
premiere
lonely
go?
without you.
I know, Lord.
We need
Premiere
our
went
Darth
well,
Sword.
didn't it? Yes.
Yeah, no, premiere went all right. Yeah, roughly the same as last week. Last week was fun because I was like randomly, the only time I had was 1 in the morning UK time, and it still did
what?
pretty well. This
Oh,
week is back to
jeez.
a more usual time, but Swapper's thumbnail contribution has been much appreciated.
I
by
think that
all.
was the best part of the stream, to be honest.
Yes, I
The,
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Just watching that again just brought back all the memories of shite.
Only 6 more parts to go, so haven't even
Ugh.
got to the
that's
good
it.
stuff yet.
I would ask you how is your channel going, but it's doing pretty good.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's probably slightly slower on my end as well, but that's
Yeah.
partly a disrupted like upload schedule and things. But I think YouTube generally is being a bit crap. But no, it's still going along, ticking along nicely.
Here you go. Dan the Ham. Premiere. Was
Thank you
brilliant.
very much.
Another amazing vid.
Have you ever considered just doing a deep dive into Star Wars lore? Because I don't give a flying fuck about Star Wars, but I'm just sitting there
Yeah.
listening, just like, God, this guy could literally sell a Middle Eastern invasion, and I'd be on board with it.
He could sell sand. Am I allowed to say Arabs?
If you wanted to, you've already
You
said
could-
it.
You could sell sand to the Arabs with that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, pretty soon that's all they'll have left. So you know.
Oh my god.
Oh,
And Brown's
I
canceled.
think shall we get the next body out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
Yeah, before we get taken off air. And there you go, folks. This is what everybody's been waiting for. And
Yes.
last but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. He is the great mega geek himself, and he is called Ian David Diaz.
Hello.
Hello.
I better do this.
He's eating everybody. Oh,
'Cause if I didn't do it, Bram would get very upset. So
Here you go. They've got your back already. Sword in the store. Shit. It is. Look, they're here. Look, the boys are here for you. Look.
That's what his catchphrase is. It's
British
shit.
Yeah, they're all here. Look.
That's why we love Ian. He just tells it like it is.
I think there's a merch opportunity, don't you, Ian?
T-shirts, mate. T-shirts.
Yeah.
Like
these are on.
What about like a poop emoji, like stuffed, like
Waffle.
stuffed animal kind of thing, and it just says it's shit across it?
Yeah, that could work.
How's Rebecca Gold going, Ian?
It's going. Still shooting. Still.
For the uninitiated, Ian is doing his own movie about a super spy
web series actually. But anyway,
with his own money.
with my own money. Yeah.
Ah,
Where it goes.
and on
Anyway,
that
shall we
bombshell.
continue?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So great to have you on, Ian. Shall we get on with it?
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Chats, we can see you. Hello. I'm sure there's a few first timers, but hello, chats. We can see you. Okay.
That was funny.
Episode 176. End of week musings. Sunday, October 29, 2023. One day I will make a mistake on those graphics and I will feel all right. But anyway.
Just don't show a human penis or anything like that, and you'll be fine.
No, that's neurotic. If you can read that, folks, you're a better man than me. White text on powder blue. Subscribe anyway. He says subscribe.
Free eye test.
Yeah, free. You're welcome. Please consider donating the channel. Links in description. Blah 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 blah. You know the drill. Okay, so first up, who is watching Loki? Is anybody watching Loki? And Matt?
Nope.
I am watching Loki. It's not very good. This latest episode, I saw a lot of people in their thumbnails and on Twitter saying like the most shocking episode of the season, and I thought it was the worst episode of the season in my opinion. It was so like I literally just didn't care, and then like all the reveals that they did were just so like wah wah wah, and it's just bad. Like they did like at the end of the third episode, they had Miss Minutes with Renslayer, and she's all like, "I know a secret about you, and you're gonna be mad." And then the secret was, by the way, spoilers. The secret was
spoilers, everybody.
Yeah, that she led the Kang's army to defeat all the other Kangs, and I was like, that's your big reveal. And then he wiped her brain. I was like, oh, that was bullshit. I'm like, that was not even that big a deal.
Oh, you know
like,
what that means, don't you?
No, what is it? Oh, what does it mean? What does it mean?
So we thought the big bad was Kang.
Oh yeah, well,
but it's not, is it? It's a female AI.
Right on. Well, I think that that Renslayer is going to be just a female version of Kang, like Sylvie is a female version of Loki.
So what you're saying is that they're going to put a woman in it and make her gay. I'm like,
I think so. Okay,
he's coming in hot, everybody. He's coming in hot.
I mean, listen, in all honesty, yes, I think that's what's going to do. It's going to be, I don't know. It's not good. And I don't understand. And people always get on to me because they're like, you're not seeing what they're trying to say about life and what you're supposed to feel about life. And I'm all like, if you have to explain that shit to me, then you're not doing a good job showing it to me on the show, because I'm not getting any of that. I'm just getting like really bored, and the reveals are not that special, and the acting is like, I mean, the acting's pretty good, but I don't know, man. It's just so stupid. And Sylvie is the worst character ever. I hate that fucking character. I've hated her since day one.
Dang.
She's whiny. She's obnoxious. She's so insufferable.
She's British, that's why.
Well,
We're all like that. We're all like that.
She's working at McDonald's, isn't she?
Well, not anymore. Because, and then like in this last episode, Victor Timely is the Kang version in this season so far, and he's got a lisp, and he reminds me of DJ from The Last Jedi. And I'm all like, Jonathan Majors is not doing a good job in terms of acting in this show, and I'm like, and he's not a very good Kang, so I was like, maybe he's not a good actor like I thought he was. Maybe he just was like the one and done, but yeah, I don't know, but like, it's just not good, and I'm so over it. Like, it's only got 2 episodes left, and I'm thankful for that, because I'm ready to be done.
So other than that, you are enjoying it?
Other than that, I am enjoying it.
Anybody else watched it?
I didn't understand most of what Matt just said, so no.
Matt,
I recognize
can you,
Cam. That's the only name I recognize.
I am watching it.
Matt, can you check under my bed and see if Catherine Kennedy is under there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're a big boy.
We've said in the previous weeks, we're not hating it, and that's it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just so stupid.
It's definitely better than season 1.
Yeah, but just barely. I mean,
The
I hated
acting's
season
not
1.
bad, to be fair.
No, I will give them credit. I do think Tom
Hiddleston's
Hiddleston,
great.
yeah, and Wilson is doing a good job, for sure. I just don't care. Like that's the problem.
I think this is probably the best Marvel we've had.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
still dog shite. Don't get me wrong.
if we're talking about
But
the
it's Hiddleston
shows,
that's carrying this. He's
yeah, I would
great.
agree with that. Yeah, but at the same time, this is not my Loki. Like this is it's I think somebody said it last episode you guys did, but I just want Loki to be bad. That's all I want. He's too much of like this. I'm bad, but I want to be good and I want to do right. And I'm like, no, I want him to be
He's
bad.
reformed, isn't he? He's
Yeah, I don't want
reformed.
that. I don't understand why people want that. Be a bad guy. Bad guys are cool. Like it's just I don't know. The show
You're
sucks.
a bad guy, aren't you? You're
Yeah,
really
very.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 2 episodes. We're gonna see it through to the end, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have to.
I'm glad we were gonna review this weekly. I'm glad I didn't. I'd have wanted to die by now.
Yeah, it's just not good.
Anyway, okay. Right, okay. Shall we move on yet?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. Secret comedy. Cerritos Parabolas. The best Marvel show on TV right now is Gen V.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I do enjoy Gen V. So
I
Sorry.
come on, Vex.
No, does it get better after the first episode? Because I
It
watched
does.
that, and that
It
was enough
does.
for me to shut off the TV.
It does.
it does.
I nearly bailed last week,
Mhm.
but I'm up to speed now, and it's all it really is all connected with the boys now, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very curious to see what the final episode, what they do, and how they go into season 4 of The Boys.
Here you go, not Brian. What can you watch about?
I mean, I think
Brutal.
I do think it is like I think it's woke, but I think they lean into their wokeness and they make fun of it a little bit because
Sometimes.
yeah, and I think that, but they also, I personally think they do a good job of making fun of both sides of a situation. And I think that they do have a little bit of a message in there, but at the same time, it's commentary on, like, for instance, the one that has to throw up to shrink down is a commentary on, eating disorder. And
Yeah, but
then-
we don't see those anymore. Have you noticed that, folks?
Yeah,
Just
that
sticking
is-
my neck out there. I said that on Wednesday. We don't see them anymore. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, for sure. And then like the one girl with the main character with the blood powers, she has to cut herself, and I think that's a commentary on cutting, which I'm like, it's interesting.
Maybe.
But at the same time, I'm like, I can see why people aren't interested in this show. At the same time, but I am enjoying it. I am.
It is a filler until the boys. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, boys, hurry up.
Do we have a release date for the next season of The Boys yet?
I don't know.
No. Okay, no news. I just want to point because I thought it was. I didn't see those the subliminal stuff that you've pointed out in that first episode. Like all of this seemed like was trying to appeal to this youngest generation that is just so
there's a bit
caught
of
up
that.
in their narcissism that they can't indulge the real world even for a minute. And even just like The Boys, I think season 1 they were really good at kind of just like taking the piss out of everyone, regardless of where your beliefs were. But then season 2 and season 3, they started to push the message more than leaning into the satire. And that's what I was getting out of Gen V as well, but dialed up to 100 instead. So I don't know, the whole like that period blood intro was just god awful, and I physically cringed. Every cell of my body was cringing.
You've watched the boys.
Yes, all 3 seasons.
I think you should give it another go.
I agree, yeah.
Especially this last episode. You'll think, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. You've been wrong before. that's
Listen,
my only
I will put my hand up, everybody. I am wrong all the time. When am I right? And on that bombshell, shall we move on?
Great.
It's so diverse and inclusive.
If I may, shall I do the super chats first?
Yeah, do it.
I'm just going to point
Do
out
it.
they missed the trick by not calling it a new inclusive event, but otherwise.
There you
Oh,
go.
yes.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Okay. Here you go, Larry. Hello, Larry. $20 made you look again. Cheers, Larry. I think Larry's one of your regulars, Lord. Larry, thank you so much. Play the high notes for $5 Australian. Jonathan Majors needs an award for the decade's most overrated actor.
Yep.
He's not good, is he?
Mm-mm.
Black Lives or right, okay. This Black Lives or Black Cavils. $2. Put a woman in Rebecca Gold and make it gay.
Do it.
Tom has some thoughts for $5. Waylon Persephus can't make the stream tonight, so I brought a bucket of AIDS. Where should I set it down? By the door, right at the end of the stream, if you don't mind.
Brown's pillow.
Sorry. Okay, some bad news, folks. Peter Pidrack for $10.
Oh.
I lost my father yesterday. He never understood any of my nerd hobbies. But I'll start again, sorry, forgive me. But he always supported me. So let's raise a glass to every dad who didn't get us, but still stepped up.
There you go. I've raised mine.
Yeah.
Raise a
Very
glass.
sorry, Peter.
Raise a glass, everybody. That's my father all over. So sorry about your loss, Peter. Okay, so this was the big one this week then, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who would like to go first? Who's chomping at the bit to go first?
No one.
Okay,
I mean,
let's move on, folks. Okay.
I'll go first if you want. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
go
But
on. Yeah, go on.
I actually really liked this episode. So there was only one part I didn't like. Spoilers, just an FYI, where Cartman
Spoilers, everybody.
apologized. Yeah. Literally. Where at the very end, Cartman apologizes to KK. But aside from that, really good messages all around. Really great, just expressing thoughts about how some of us has felt about our entertainment, but also talking about how people have overreacted about that kind of stuff and how people basically, hate watch for clout and stuff. And I really appreciated those messages, as well as I know some people didn't appreciate the message about the AI thing, but I really do think people are getting too dependent on technology nowadays, and they really can't do stuff for themselves. And when you talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I've got this issue. I don't know what to do about it." What's the first thing they do? Hey Siri, hey Google, and they ask it instead of like trying to think like, did we even have that? Like, maybe 20 years ago?
I've got to get
10
a book.
years ago?
There were
You know,
people that
and-
were
and-
upset with the AI thing.
Yeah, some people were
What?
upset with it, and they were like, they made too big of a deal of it. It's not even that big of a deal. And I'm like, well, it kind of is a big deal because we are too dependent on technology. And it's really nice to have that called out as well. And, Trey and Matt try to be very objective, and I really appreciate a lot of their points of views on a lot of things. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty hilarious, especially with the whole Cartman swap out. That just cracked me up so hard. I don't know. I laughed my butt off at this episode, but I also thought it had some really great messages as well. So I enjoyed it. And kudos to Matt and Trey for their efforts on this.
Who would like to go next?
No, I'd echo most of that. I think there's an additional irony I think they were trying to point out with the AI plot, which for anyone who hasn't seen and isn't gonna, or hasn't seen but doesn't care about the spoilers, the B plot in this is that AI is making all the college grads, essentially all the parents of all the kids, unemployed, because obviously AI is coming for white collar jobs. And as a result of that, all the blue collar jobs, all the workers, the handymen, are becoming incredibly rich because none of the white collar people know how to do anything. And so it's a complete inversion of the current norm. what they're trying to get at, I think, there is that nobody gave a shit when automation was coming for blue collar workers. And now it comes for white collar workers. Everyone's up in arms about it because the creatives are being made unemployed and not the working class. And that's a little irony that gets exposed from that, which I thought was good. I as a B plot, I didn't really, because there are stronger episodes in terms of writing, because the B plot doesn't connect hugely with the A plot in this one. It feels like, because it is a television special, they were told to make it a movie, and then they sort of tried to downplay the moviness of all these Paramount specials. It does feel a little bit like two separate episodes tacked together. They would both have been pretty good episodes, I think, as standalones. But the tack on from the B plot to the A plot at the end it works. It's just not like the most cohesive South Park episode ever. But then the Disney angle, which is probably the one that they were more interested in, it's very, very funny. I very much enjoyed it. I understand some people got slightly annoyed when they perceived it as being soft on Kathleen Kennedy by essentially attributing her actions to laziness, pandering, and a feedback loop. So Cartman is the one who's sending lots and lots of angry hate mail to Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy says, well, it must be so much more important to stand against racism because look at all the racism I'm receiving. And so those two things start playing off against each other. And the resolution is that, Kathy Kennedy admits that she was lazy and she's ruined everything. And Cartman says, well, maybe, being just moaning about woke stuff is its own form of pandering. And they sort of reach that resolution at the end. There is a little subtle thing in there right at the end as well. When Kathleen Kennedy goes to Bob Iger and says, so now we're going to stop pandering. And Bob Iger says, oh, no, of course we're going to do that. And of course, it's not. So the implication with that is that this is, everyone wants to find this one boogeyman to blame for absolutely everything that goes wrong. It's Kathleen Kennedy. We all want to believe that she's evil. In fact, she's part of a much bigger system. Pandering is what she is doing. She is lazy. She's not solely responsible for absolutely everything. And just yelling at Kathleen Kennedy how woke she is not necessarily the most interesting form of response. So that was
spreading rumors that she's getting fired.
Yeah, that doesn't really help much either.
Sorry, it had to be said.
But I heard she's going to be out by next week, so
Oh,
well, she's still stuck in the revolving door.
Was that Doomcock, by the way?
I don't know.
Ian,
Yeah.
thoughts?
I thought I was laughing my arse off all the way through this, and that's arse for the Americans. I really was. I thought it was funny. I thought it was clever. I thought the voice performances were all bloody hilarious. I thought I do agree with Rennie about the ending. It seems like they copped out slightly, but
I think so.
But it was fine. I can live with that. It's fine because basically both of them just want peace in the world and just rubbish, So I mean, if they could have some conclusion on this in real life, that would be quite cool as well. But one thing is for sure that I know a lot of people, a lot of normies, because I have a lot of normie friends that's watched this episode, and one of them said to me, I didn't realize that was actually happening. And I'm like, have you been blind and deaf for the last 2 years? What is wrong with you?
They just don't pay attention, you know?
Yeah.
What did you think of the scenes with the alternate universe Cartman? That cracked me up so freaking hard. I
like
died.
What Stan said, this crappy, what is it? It's just a weak plot for story writers. And I thought that was quite funny as well. As I said, I think they are very brave, the two guys that created South Park. They've done a lot of things. I'm quite surprised that they haven't been taken down by Hollywood yet.
I loved when she said, is Kyle's mom still a fat fucking bitch? And he's like, my mom's not a bitch, Cartman.
I felt like Trey and Matt probably wanted to go in properly guns blazing. But I think possibly the big wigs have said, look, just tone it down a little bit.
Well, I've seen a documentary on them and nobody really controls them. They basically do what they want to do.
Yeah, but it's Kathleen Kennedy, though, isn't it?
Well, if they're scared of...
Sorry, Mrs. Kennedy.
You know what? I prefer
a lot, doesn't it?
I prefer the Cartman, Kathleen Kennedy, because that was hilarious when she got her spaghetti. She was talking about, is the spaghetti gay? Take it away. I thought that was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So I think we should bring her back. That's what I
think so as well. I don't really get the whole that they went soft on Kathleen Kennedy. In the first place, put a chick in it and make her gay and lame is now a meme already. and everyone now associates that with Kathleen Kennedy. Even people who, like Ian says, are not particularly into the whole pop culture thing now associate that name with Kathleen Kennedy.
It's all
They explain
Kathleen
that she has
Kennedy.
ruined
Yeah.
almost every single major popular franchise. All
She
they
has
do
ruined
is
it.
attribute the motive to something more innocent than she is the most evil person in the universe.
Yeah.
But that was never really a tenable
But
proposition to begin with.
is that letting her off the hook though?
Well, I do. What hook has she been let off? She's now associated in the minds of normies with ruining everything that everybody loves, and the
That's
catchphrase
right.
"put a chick in it and make it gay and lame." I don't see
That's
what hook
right.
she's been let off.
Yeah. It is. It's, as I said, it's very clever and it's very funny. And what more do you want from a TV show? Do you know what I mean? And this pushed all the buttons on my side. I just loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
I think so. Just on your point though, Brad. So like for people who are very more probably closely involved and closely watching the pop culture stuff than Matt and Trey are, the idea that you can attribute something like Kathleen Kennedy's behavior and performance simply to naivety, laziness, and a want to pander for woke PR points might seem a little bit too sinister. This is the point that Gina Carano was making. Although I think she actually praised the episode, but she was trying to give some indication of quite how sinister some of Kathleen Kennedy's behavior was, which doesn't make it into the episode. And I think as far as that goes, yeah, maybe they could have explored more of that. But if you're starting to get into, and this is what Kathleen Kennedy did to this actress that by and large most of the audience has not heard of, then the episode loses its force and its relatability. This is much more useful for people as an introduction to why all the films they like now suck than niche pop culture complaints about KK's treatment of Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Vex,
I agree.
thoughts?
I actually thought the whole Home Depot AI bit was the strong. Like I don't agree with the whole. They went soft on Kathleen Kennedy. They went pretty hard on her. Just seeing day in day out. Like I think AI is a big deal, and you shouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't. I don't understand people saying that you shouldn't be making a big deal of it. There's literally an entire generation of children that are growing up in school doing all their homework on a fucking iPad, and instead of reading everything, they get an AI to skim it for them and give them the bullet points. So I think it's a very necessary critique that needs to be met. But I enjoyed that plot more than the Kathleen Kennedy thing, but I guess that's more because given I guess the type of the way that we like generally look at media, we're already pretty well aware of this. So this is a good introduction for normies that aren't aware. But I thought I'm a very, very casual South Park viewer. So this was just a 10 out of 10 for me. I even really enjoyed just all the Boulders Gate 3 slandering in there as well. And it actually was a nice contrast to the overall message, just because Boulders Gate 3 has been kind of helmed as well. It's a very good game. I'm not going to say that, but or like disregard that. But a lot of people seem to be disregarding a lot of the woke aspects, but it doesn't seem to matter in the grand scheme of things, much like Kathleen Kennedy does.
See, I agree with you. I really don't think they went very soft on KK. The only thing I didn't like is when Cartman apologized to her. That's the only thing that I think that they may have like not hit right on that point. But yeah, I think they went pretty hard on her. And when I was hearing people were saying that they were going soft, I'm like, I don't see this at all. What are they talking about?
Yeah.
They're actually going pretty hard on her, and I love it. And that, yeah, they blamed it on pandering and being lazy on that and all that. But isn't that kind of what she did? She wanted to pander to certain crowds and make everyone happy and make Disney a diverse place. I mean, isn't that what she was doing?
You also get the sort of the other read into that as well is because it's this multiverse thing, and her backstory is that she pandered using the panda as a panda stone. It's like an infinity stone.
Right.
The more you pander, then the more powerful it gets. She uses the panda stone so much that she breaks the multiverse and turns into, for our purposes, the Cartman Kennedy character. So the multiverse read of that is more interesting because actually, how much can you say that they are excusing Kathleen Kennedy when the implication of the episode is that by pandering so hard, Kathleen Kennedy has turned into something else entirely? Like they're almost apologizing to a past form of Kathleen Kennedy. But as they kept pointing out, multiverses are shit, lazy, and make no sense. So whether or not that's a correct read is impossible to say.
Yeah.
Catty, thoughts?
I did not watch this episode.
How dare you?
I have not watched South Park since like season 10. I'm so far behind. But I did watch the clips online. From what I saw online, it was very funny. I laughed at each one of them. I just haven't had a chance to watch it, so maybe I will at some point in time. Yeah, that's Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh,
Bin for
wow.
you, mate.
You know the bit that made me
I'm
laugh.
getting right in. I'm getting right in.
Do you know
All
the bit
right,
that made me
Linda
laugh
is in the bin.
who's the guy when the father turns up and you think it's a woman, but he's just,
Oh,
I like that too.
that made
It's
me
a
laugh so
woman,
much.
yeah.
Okay,
I
Dad.
just
Yeah.
yeah, that was so great, but it was a chick. Yeah. I don't know. I love South Park. I've been watching it for years and years. I will say I've missed out on the last few seasons, but for the most part, I think they've hit a lot of nails on the head. I think there are some times when Trey and Matt try to stay out of situations with some of the recent mentalities of, like, of the whole, Hollywood thing. So they just don't want to get involved. But at the same time, sometimes they just hit it and they hit it hard and it's great. So I don't know. I think this is a great episode. And like I said, I just loved female Cartman, or alternate universe Cartman, because it was great. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're not ideologues. The old quote back when they first started was, "We hate Republicans, but we really fucking hate liberals." So
Yeah.
there's a bit of, so people have accused them of both siding, and you can kind of see that when you go back through older episodes. They'll do an episode taking on climate alarmism, for example, then they'll do an episode taking on climate skepticism, and people read that as them trying to have it both ways. I don't think that's true. They're just not ideologues. They go after sometimes low-hanging fruit, but they go after the worst examples of both sides, and they're happy to acknowledge that there are bad examples on both. Hence, Cartman being the one who sends, thousands of hate letters in this episode, and it's
Yeah,
effectively
like
leading the
12,000 a day.
anti-woke movement. Everybody here knows that there are people like that on YouTube, people like that on the internet,
Yeah.
who just make their entire shtick woke bad, woke bad, woke bad. And you ask them, well, what actually is woke? And they can't even give you an answer.
They can't give you an
lazy.
example, a relevant example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is pandering of its own type. You are still pandering to your audience in much the same way as Kathleen Kennedy is accused of pandering
Is
to audiences.
Kenny in this version Asian?
Yes,
Yes.
I think
Oh,
so.
right, okay. 'Cause I was just wondering. All right,
Not even
okay.
going.
Still got killed. But
Just to piggyback off that point, that seems to be one thing that went over most of the heads of the people like praising this episode, is that it does equally make fun of the individuals that have made careers off of just saying woke this,
Hate
woke
watching.
that. But
what is it that my husband called them? What was the hate watcher term?
Hate watcher?
No, it was something else. But yeah, patriarchy. They were making
Yeah.
fun of the patriarchy, and I think that's a really good term to use for people that just hate stuff just to hate it, right?
yeah.
So,
And
sorry,
that
I
was-
had a brain fart.
You're good. No, that was I liked that bit quite a bit, because there are some of us that are actually trying to dissect what that exactly is and show to audiences like it's not just because they race swap something or gender swap something. Here's the more insidious like implications of doing all of this. So I do appreciate that they didn't hold punches back even on the demographic this would appeal to.
It's funny when because people just read completely the wrong. I had a comment on the last Mandalorian video, I think it was, saying it's hard to take you seriously when you call everything woke. And I said, well, look, I'm going to have to check this now. I'm going to go into my script. It's
Do you ever
173,000
use
words
that
long.
word?
That was the point. I went in, I Control F, searched woke. The word woke arose once in 173,000
I've
words
not heard
in
you
the
say
context
woke
of a
much.
and the sentence was, and Thrawn woke up some witches. So it wasn't even that kind of woke. So where
was
exactly am
gonna
I?
say.
Where am I woke, Scott? Like, where am I attacking the woke here?
The day that
but
you
people will
limit your
read past each other on this, by the
vocabulary
way.
to small words, I will literally just fall over.
I think some people just don't. They just assume you said it. Do you know what I mean? And don't even watch your show all the way through. So I mean, some people are just stupid. That's all.
I was watching a video on someone was critiquing nerd erotics after that whole talk about it thing that happened with Blue Beetle, and
Oh, yeah.
I noticed in the video they put in a picture of you, Platoon. So I think the association is because they just assume that woke is in there because you've been associated with certain individuals.
I was on that episode of FNT actually, so that might be why, but I've not seen it.
They did a nice slow and pan of your face. I was like, oh,
Not his real face.
no,
I was
yes.
going to say, if he does a face reveal, the audience is just going to die.
He's easy
I
to
will
find
die.
on the internet.
I will
You can
freak
find him
out.
on the internet.
Platoon, when are you going to do a face reveal? How many subs? 500?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 1 million.
No. 500.
Yeah, 500.
They're going to want more for $1 million, sir.
What
I'm
about
just-
okay? What about the back of the head at 500?
Back of the head at 500. I could do that. Yeah,
Oh
I'll
my
style it
God.
appropriately.
Okay. Sweeping question, folks. Because obviously, I think I was watching a different episode to the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
Did AK get away with it? Did they let her? I'll start again. Did they let her off the hook?
No.
Can I turn it back around? Because I'm interested in the idea that they did. And in what sense do you think they did let her off the hook?
I just felt like they were possibly just being a little forgiving and not blaming her for what's gone on.
Well, I think they did though. Like they said KK did this and that, like all the freaking episode. The only time when they let her off the hook is when Cartman apologized to her and said, "You know what? I never say this to anybody, but I'm sorry." I'm like, that part I was like, okay, could have done without that line. But aside from that, I think they were pretty hard on her and Disney as a whole.
Also, she's met common cause with the guy who ground up a kid's parents and turned them into chili because he pissed him off. Like,
That's
Cartman
true.
is not the person. Cartman apologizing
Scott
to you is not
Tinnerman.
necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
You go, super chat if I may. Nikki Relahan, hello Nikki, £10. Real money, folks. Can't stay, love you all. Cheers, Nikki. We'll see you
Have a
next
good
time, my
one.
friend. And here you go, Tai Fong for $5. South Park gave me almost everything I could have wanted in this show. I would have liked the AI story to be a separate episode, perhaps even a two-parter.
I would have liked to see the AI like take on a little bit of a Terminator thing,
Sorry.
as the episode went further. I think that would have been fun.
So what's the feedback of people on Twitter? Because I'm hardly on Twitter. But on this, was it
We'll
really
get to that in a
bad,
minute.
or
We'll
It's a
get to that.
mixed bag.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
If I may, I think I don't think they let Kathleen Kennedy off the hook at all, and I think maybe I'm just putting it out there. You might be reading a bit too much into it. It was just a nice way to round off the episode more than anything, because they do spend the entire it was almost an hour bashing her.
Yeah,
Like they
agreed.
went in really hard. So just having a brief apology to kind of tie up the episode, I don't think means at all they're forgiving. They just wanted to put a
well,
nice little bow on it.
I felt that they were letting her off the hook for destroying probably the greatest franchise in cinematic history.
But they explicitly blame her for that.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to make out that it wasn't her fault, though.
No, I think you guys have got a
No.
problem with them, with Carmen actually apologizing. But I agree. They never really let her off the hook. They blamed her for everything, and it's obvious that she did what she
Yeah.
did. So
I think this is a good episode to bring all, like, what was it, Ben that said this, or was it Matt Cat that said this, that brings all the normies to attention, like, oh shit, this is what happened. We need to wake the hell up on Disney. That's what I think, but I could be wrong.
They tried to normalize her motive. I think that's it seems maybe slightly less hard.
Yes.
It seems slightly less hard because what they did was they tried to make it sound as though she was not doing this because she was motivated by evil, and lots of people kind of need to believe that she is, because how can someone who's destroyed Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Willow doesn't really deserve to be mentioned in the same category, but all the great properties that are underneath her, how can someone have destroyed those in the way that she destroyed them and do the things she did unless she is actually evil? And the show basically tried to show that most people's motives are not evil. They are lazy pandering.
You don't think she had a hate boner for George to destroy his legacy? Or is that me just totally brainwashed by all of it?
I think you're reading a bit too much into it. I think the other thing to remember is it's probably not just her that's behind the undoing of Star Wars. She just, much like a president or prime minister, is just the face of it. So...
Well, no, she was the one at the head of the studio.
Well, Bob Iger is the one who really deserves more criticism than he probably got in the show.
There's a scene where they're all on the, in the meeting, and she's there at the table, and it's yes, Mrs. Kennedy, and for me that says everything.
Well, see,
that
and
she was the one in real power, not Bob.
I will say, in your defense, Brown, because in all fairness, like especially for someone to me who Star Wars meant a ton to,
Yeah.
and was super, super well versed in all of like the lore and all of that. You know, I can understand why I would think something like that if I was emotional and I was upset. Because at the time I'm like, you know what, screw her. She doesn't care. She must hate George. But I honestly don't think that that's why, after all this time thinking about it. I think she was just trying to, you know, to honestly, yeah, for lack of a better word, pander to everyone and to be inclusive and to do all these things that the modern age was expecting. That doesn't make anything that she did right, because I honestly don't
What was
agree with
the
it.
so what was
But
the self-insert then with say Rogue One or Force Awakens self-insert?
what do you mean?
Well, was it Jin Urso was the self-insert allegedly for KK?
Oh,
I'd
I
be
didn't know
surprised if
anything
that's the
about
case
that.
because Gina so doesn't have a character, so I don't really know what would be inserted in that particular instance. She's a generic kind of strongish female lead. I don't think that's a self-insert. That's just that's pandering again. We need the force is female, KK says. So let's put any woman in any situation. We don't want to actually give them character or give them personality.
I
We just need
mean,
them to be there having that role in that plot, and that's
if you want to say self-insert, I guess you could go with Ray, because she's brunette,
Did
boring as hell, and just
did
like,
Spielberg say once that when there was in pitch meetings that KK was always the one who came up with the stupid ideas?
Yeah, he did, but
yeah.
look, it is mostly KK's fault. I don't care what anyone says. You know, you
Hmm.
could try and blame Bob Iger and stuff like that, but it is KK. KK was the one that looked at the script. She was the one that
It is.
has to pass
Like,
through. She's
because I
definitely
thought
the one.
Iger gave
You know?
her, like, you know, basically the, you know, the end all be all of power over, like, you know,
You can't
Lucasfilm.
you
So
can't tell you can't tell me that you go up on stage and you what is it? You say that you're making another Ray film. You know what I mean? When what is it? When you know that that's not a good move to make.
I
You
I
know what
just
I mean? It's
she's a
like
great
KK is absolutely responsible for the downfall of Star Wars, but the question
Yeah.
with whom does the buck stop, and that has to be Bob Iger, because KK can't explain the equivalent decline in Marvel, for example. The fact that everything is happening
no,
across
you're
the
right.
entirety of Disney's
yeah.
output is the same thing. KK can't be solely responsible for all of that. Ultimately, Bob Iger, or before him Bob Chapek, and before him Bob Iger, because that's how companies work these days. That is his decision. He's the one who employs the people who make the decisions for the smaller parts of the franchise. He's the one who ultimately has the say as to whether those people get contracts and ultimately whether those films will go out.
Yeah,
So if anyone got off lightly, it was him. But I'm not trying to
KK has
diminish
got the
KK's role
connections.
in
KK
the
was
specific case.
responsible for the downfall of Star Wars. She basically destroyed it by adding all this shit in there. That's there's no gray area there. We know it's her. You know what I mean? Marvel, I don't know. Must be Feige or
We've said many times on this channel, she's a good producer, and that's where it should stop.
well, that's the question. Is she though? Because I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, you
there's
said she was.
yeah,
You know,
there was
with the
no. There was one point where she saved a Jurassic
Yeah.
Park where there
Yeah.
was like a storm or something like that, and she arranged a plane to pick them all up to then get out of the storm. So she kind of saved their lives. But what I've heard through people that know her is that she's good at talking to people. She's good at finding a bit of money. She's good at negotiating when it comes to locations and crew members and stuff like that. You know, but that's not really real producing, I guess. That's kind of, I don't know, co-producing on the ground, but real producing is actually talking to the money men, you know, coming up with the idea. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So what I heard is that she's not very good with ideas. She was very good at talking to people. She was very good at persuading people. You know, I don't know. I don't know what qualifies as a producer these days, or in the old days either.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Princess Fiona for $5. The real chef's kiss. Mwah. Irony, her, is that KK was in charge of Disney and Iger came off like a titty milk drinking Luke. Yeah. That's
She was
going
in
back
charge of
to
Star Wars.
yeah, that's me, you know. Yes, Mrs. Kennedy. That says it all for me.
She was
I
in
can
charge of
imagine it'd be
Star
like that.
Wars. She
Yeah.
wasn't in charge of Disney. She's not responsible for Marvel.
Yeah.
So
She doesn't touch
she
Marvel, to
literally-
my knowledge.
She literally wrecked Star Wars. There's loads of evidence of her not knowing what's going on. She's like, there's no more stores, we have to create new ones, and it's like, huh? Do you know what I mean? You know, there's loads of evidence that she destroyed.
There is a quick narrative turn just very quickly in the episode itself. So when Iger is that character, he's kind of pussyfooted around Cartman KK. But when real, so like quote unquote real KK comes back, and she says we're going to stop doing it now, and that's when Bob sort of gives that shady look and says, "Oh, of course we'll stop it now." But I thought that might have something underneath it as well, being that they created the monster essentially.
Yeah,
and when the
that's what I
monster is
kinda
there,
felt.
then she has overtaken everything, and Cartman Kennedy form is absolutely in control, and everyone is being browbeaten by her. But as soon as the old KK is back, the one from what used to be our universe, the one who was a good producer, all of a sudden, he's much more authoritative again. He's much more in charge again because she's easier to control. Effectively, like if you want to spin it out into a single narrative, Disney has created the monster that has brought it down. And if you reversed it, then the same thing would happen because Bob Iger would make the same decisions. The pandering would happen again. The multiverse would break again. And Cartman KK would come back.
Iger wants Bitty, yes.
I do hope she
Like Bono, is that a reference to that episode?
No, that's Little Britain, but anyway.
Oh, okay, because...
Bitty. Shall we move on?
Well, because Bono, yeah, he wanted the bitty. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
Little Britain, very problematic these days. But anyway, let's move on. Shall we move on, yes?
Move along.
Do it.
Okay, so...
To the side.
Gina Carano wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, good for her.
This is the part where KK demands any YouTubers get censored off YouTube for sharing and laughing at this hilarious episode. She'll have YouTube disable the thumbs down option because of the ratio she'll receive. Then she'll have a publicist goals make sure variety and
show more. Show more. Michael Jackson, show more.
Okay, so then she'll have a publicist, I said it that time, Ghouls make sure Variety and Hollywood Reporter run hit pieces about South Park creators and their families, smearing their names through every useful idiot she has under her thumb that would sell their soul to work for Lucasfilm. She'll activate her online mob to repeat that the South Park creators are racist, bigots, phobes, and demand that South Park creators publicly apologize by only using words she approves of, and finally she'll demand they subject themselves to a re-education course of 45 people in the Alphabet Community Zoom call to sit there and listen to how badly they got their feelings hurt all over a little boop of a South Park episode. But maybe, just maybe, the jig is up.
Gosh, I wish you'd read that faster.
There was a suggestion in the chat that you should have had Little Platoon read that, but I digress.
Lord, are you available, mate?
Not to read all that again, no.
Yeah, go on. Do it justice, please. Go on.
Seriously? No, I think the point's been got across. We've already had one block wall of text. Once is quite enough.
That was the. I think that was the tweet on.
Do you know what I hope?
There is a follow-up, folks.
Because of this cartoon, I hope other filmmakers will be brave enough to actually do a movie about this kind of thing. You know, like what is it, Scary Movie, and call it something else. Yeah. That'd be hilarious, and I reckon that will take a lot of money if they did make a film about the woke stuff and all that. So,
Princess Fiona, I love you. I was just typing that and you've saved me. Here you go. This is the follow-up link. She's some of the shills came out after her.
Mm.
and
Okay, but what has
she wasn't
Gina
having it.
Carano been in lately? Is this just to stay relevant, or does she actually care? Because I really don't know if she actually cares.
I mean,
She's
even
done
if
all this stuff to root on the fans and stuff to be relevant. Once she was like about to be fired from Disney, then she got fired from Disney, then this happened, and then she comes out again. So why is she doing it? Is she really being sincere? I just don't trust celebrities.
I can understand completely if she's bitter enough to do this, and I think justifiably bitter enough to do this. Bearing in mind that this is someone who came out of, is it UFC that she was in before? She went into acting. She seemingly did get her big break. She was working for Disney. She was working for Lucasfilm in its most popular production, in the most popular season of its most popular Star Wars production, in The Mandalorian. And seemingly, at least by her account, it was largely thanks to KK that she is now no longer that. She is persona non grata. The amount of damage that would have done to her acting career, in that now she can only get smaller parts working for like the Daily Wire and companies like that, because she has been made persona non grata in Hollywood. I think she's probably very sincere about this and has absolutely every right to complain about it.
Yeah.
I think you're
Well, you want
right.
to read the follow-up tweet? It's even worse.
Hmm.
She doesn't pull punches.
It's a novel. It's pretty long.
She has every
Listen,
right to, though.
Yeah, just quickly going back to that.
What?
Mandalorian, was it end of season 1?
Yes.
It almost felt like we were on the cusp of something great.
Not really.
Not in my opinion.
It
I
was
didn't really care for
it was almost, to
Mandalorian.
me, it almost felt like it was coming back.
Well, the
and-
reason why it was so popular was because
Boom.
of Baby Yoda.
Member
and everybody
berries.
was crazy about Baby Yoda and,
And
member
member
berries, and that was
berries,
it.
yeah.
But the actual show itself was kind of a bit pathetic, really. Let's face it. It was all right.
It was
just
shit.
wasn't great. Okay, it was shit then.
It was shit.
I mean, there was nothing. There was the reason why it was so popular as well is because there was nothing of Star Wars that people can grasp onto. And then the Mandalorian came on. And it was a bit like Star Wars, and everybody was
Like just
moved towards
gravitated
that.
so
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't realize that they were just being suckered in. And yeah, you could freaking burn Baby Yoda alive. I'd rather see that than to see the shit we
Here you
got.
go, folks. Joe B. Mr. Brown sounds a little gone. I always do. It's not just today.
It's his natural way.
It is. It's my age. Sorry.
Old Brown.
Old Brown. Here you go. See, Princess Fiona, cusp on something that didn't suck.
Well, it kind of, but it was. If we're talking about Mandalorian, kind
Yeah,
of.
I
but
didn't really care for it.
It was passable at best,
I liked the
know,
first two
when,
seasons. I thought
when
they were pretty fun.
Luke's- Which season was Luke Skywalker turning up?
Season 2.
Too.
That was terrible.
What?
I stopped watching then.
I didn't
Aw,
watch
man.
it, but man, that
Oh,
looked
so it
so
was. It
awful.
was. It
awesome.
was. Sorry, it was. Forgive me, I got that wrong. It was season 2 where she got the boot, wasn't it? Right, the very.
It was.
Yeah, that was a moment seeing Luke on screen. I'm not even a proper Star Wars fan like some of you guys, and fucking hell, I teared up.
That was awesome.
I didn't tear up. I just thought, what bad
That's because you
Usually-
have no soul.
what bad
It was just
CGI I
member
thought.
berries to try to get everybody back on Disney's,
And
Disney's
what was-
good graces, or to
What
get
was the point?
the
He took
fans.
Baby Yoda, right? And then Baby Yoda had a choice to be a Jedi or go back with the Mandalorian that actually... And he went back with the Mandalorian. What was the
that
whole
was all
point
the
of
Book
that?
of Boba Fett stuff, though. So that no sane
Yeah.
person actually got to the end of that show, but we unfortunately did because we covered it on this channel. But I always thought the Mandalorian was interesting as evidence because you'll always hear the criticism: Star Wars fans are impossible to please. Whenever you point out that Mando season 3 is just absolute crap, then some moron will say, "Oh, Star Wars fans complain about everything; it's impossible to please." And it's like, well, no, but look at the Mandalorian season 1 or Luke in Mando season 2. None of that was particularly good. Particularly Luke's appearance in season 2 didn't make any sense on a plot level, but people flocked to it and people really loved it, and some people got quite emotional about it because it actually doesn't take very much to please Star Wars fans. Having just come off the back of TLJ and the Rise of Skywalker, just seeing Luke in a composition which
Agreed.
was not utter shit, seeing him at like his height as opposed to at his lowest, automatically made people much more like fond toward the Mandalorian. Then they wasted it with season 3. But I think it could have been a good building block to recreate something, and they had no ideas for what to do with it after season 1, and it did just lapse into member berries, and then season 3 happened, and the rest is history.
I think Carano went, and I think Favreau went as well, but nobody, it wasn't known.
No, but then it did piss off like some of the harder fans of The Mandalorian were the people most likely to take Gina Carano's side. So they didn't do themselves any favors with the way they handled that. Though relating it back to South Park, of course, in the South Park episode, the version of KK which did all of that was the Cartman KK, not the old KK. But she might be right that maybe the jig is up thing is going to be interesting to watch unfold, because there's nothing that can destroy reputations like humor can. And South Park has quite a long reputation of going after things and completely wrecking them by making fun of them. And if now another major studio in Paramount is allowing South Park to go and take shots at its biggest rival, and people are kind of cottoning on to the fact that she is just chucking women in it and making it gay and lame, maybe KK's time is nearly up. Maybe the veneer has come off now.
But remember, right, those two, right, they're not stupid. They would have gone through loads of lawyers and information about how to actually, express those kind of gags in the show. They're not stupid because this is not their first rodeo. Do you know what I mean?
No, they took on Tom Cruise and
that's
won.
Right. That's right. That's right. So
there you go. Scientology and won as well.
So KK can blow her trumpet all she wants and gets all the shills to say this, that, or the other. But the one thing is for sure, this show went out to the normies, and more normies now know what's going on because of it. And that's a good thing, in my opinion.
And on that bombshell, shall we move on?
Yes.
I hope we're moving on.
Moving on. Are we, though?
To the side.
Obviously not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. After Kathleen Kennedy admitted the company had taken the fun out of making Star Wars, director Sean Levy, I think he's doing Deadpool, isn't he, as well?
That's correct.
Yes.
Says his mandate is to create a movie with fun and warmth.
Isn't that what they said with Taika Waititi and Thor: Love and Thunder?
Right.
That's what Disney's idea of fun and warmth is.
But isn't it a bit too late to do it now? I mean, everything's so destroyed and
I
just
think it's done.
Burned to the ground. What's the point in even caring anymore, even doing any of this? Just freaking move on to other projects.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
That was a stream killer.
You're welcome. No.
We'll move on.
They've literally
For real this time?
Okay, it's dead, folks, and it's not even resting.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Yep.
It's not resting. It's dead.
That's right. Just beating a dead horse here.
Okay, there has been some good news this week.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Robot Head said, "Thank Book." So it's official, folks. Rachel Zegler is officially no longer set to star in Paddington in Peru.
I love the Paddington series. Well, if you can call it series, it's only been 2. I love it. I think that the show is the 2 movies were absolutely fantastic, especially the one with Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant made me laugh so much. I almost pissed my pants watching the second one.
What?
So that's how good it was. Yeah.
Those Paddington movies, like that's actually like top tier, not woke. You can see that creatively they were trying to do exactly what they set out to. It's just a lot of, and there's a good message there. A lot of heartfelt care. I love those Paddington movies. I'm really excited for the third one.
I have not seen any of them. Please don't judge me, guys.
I think
judge you every day, Rennie. Don't worry about it.
Radar, so.
Yeah, Rennie, if you get a chance to watch them, they really are very, very good. Seriously, the second one made me laugh out loud, and I hadn't laughed out loud in a movie for yonks. So that's how good the second one was, in my opinion.
Here you go, folks. The regulars are in. Dan the Ham, 1 for the right. Black Lives or Black Havels, 1 for Paddington. Franco, both, I suppose.
There's a good old South Park skit. In my head, it's playing out with Paddington Bear punts Rachel Ziegler in the vagina.
That's right.
Here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. Professor R2 for $2. Star Wars is as dead as Rachel Zegler's career.
Nah, she's still got a career. She's going to be in that stupid
porn
film.
Yeah, Snow White.
Hunger Games.
Have you seen the latest picture of Snow White?
Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get to it. Peter Pidrak for $2. Thank you for all your condolences.
Yeah,
he was the best.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Peter.
Sorry, Peter.
I hope you're okay, Peter. I don't know what I would do when I lose my dad. So, stream killer.
Okay. It is.
Yeah.
It's something we all have to deal with. So,
Yeah.
so the film's going to do okay then, do we think? That they've got rid of her, yes?
Well, it was always going to.
Promising?
If it's the same filmmakers and the same writers, then it's going to do extremely well. The next one.
Same director. That's confirmed. I'm not sure about the
Good.
writers.
Oh, okay.
So we're saying top tip, everybody. If you've not seen the Paddington films, get them watched.
They're really
Yeah.
good. A lot of fun.
Ian says they are not shit.
They are not shit, everybody. They
No,
are
they-
not
They
shit.
are not shit. Let me
They
tell
are
you.
not shit. Okay.
Look at that picture makes me laugh. That is so funny.
Back
Vex-
to it being shit.
Vex Electronica, I do believe we know that person. They put this image out there to build hype and quell. I like that, quell. Criticisms. But instead, I feel like Rule 3-4 gang brewing. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's very good.
You'll know it when you see it. Trust me.
Yeah. Rule 34 is a forum that makes images.
Am I going
Not
to get
safe-
demonetized?
No, not safe
Okay.
for work and X-rated images of beloved characters and whatnot.
Oh,
Rule 34 of the internet is if it exists, there is porn of it. I think
Well, it's
rule
real,
That's
isn't it?
right. I was going to
Rule
say that's
35
rule
of the
34.
internet is if it exists and there is not porn of it, there will be.
I did want to say the cord word, but yes.
No,
But,
don't do that.
but this is a real picture from the film, right? Is it, or is it a made up one? Because it
I
No,
does
think it's a
look
real
made up.
picture. Yeah.
It's delayed, everybody, by
year.
18. Yeah.
It was supposed to be
2025.
March 2024. Now it's March 2025.
But again, I asked the question: is this a real picture from the movie now?
This was put out by Variety, the original.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So, yeah.
Okay, so it is then, and it just makes me laugh because it's so obvious that they're turning, aren't
There
they?
you go. It looks AI.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering though if because we saw that they had hired a whole diverse cast of dwarves and everything earlier this year. What happens to all of those people? Because wouldn't their contracts have some very
They will get paid. They'll get
Well,
paid.
wasn't the minimum height for the dwarves 6 foot?
No. You know,
Thinking
you know,
man's
Bob,
shout, everybody.
you know,
You're
Bob
welcome.
Hoskins got paid for the Untouchables, and he wasn't even in it. So
Really?
they would get paid.
Oh, so they've been
people that
paid
they
off.
hired originally. Yeah, but paid. Yeah, they'll get their wage definitely. So, yeah.
I'm just going to hope this gets put on hold indefinitely, but that's just me.
I think they'll write this off.
I hope so.
Well, you know, I'm hoping that it comes out so that I can just have a big laugh over it, because you know they're not going to do Whistle While You Work, are they? Because it's not.
Or hi ho.
Or hi
Because then
ho,
they'll
yeah.
think they're calling somebody a hoe.
Chat. Anybody looking forward to this?
Even if they redo all the dwarf stuff, because I think before the strike they were basically done filming, right? Or
Yes.
I think
Yes.
so.
yeah. So even if they redo the dwarf stuff, there's still the matter of the messaging regarding what Snow White's actual arc is going to be in
Yeah.
this story. So
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards they pushed it a whole year. They're gonna find a way to write this off because even if they perfect everything, it's not gonna make any money.
It's her, isn't it? Nobody likes her.
Well,
not
everyone's
Brian.
catching on to the Disney shtick,
She's,
right?
Yeah, she's all
Yeah.
good. Whistle while you woke.
Mhm.
Very good. Very
Yes,
good.
very good.
Very good.
It's a gamble on their part because I think part of their reasoning is maybe in a year's time everyone will have forgotten how annoying Rachel Ziegler is. So maybe like in a year's time it'll all die down, people will forget, and the film can come out without any controversy surrounding it. Which, you know, it might happen. On the other hand, that is an entire extra year during which she can still open her mouth and ruin everything. So it's not a gamble I would have made personally.
Well, did Peter
Yeah.
Pan do well? That last Peter Pan film, because that was
No.
terrible. I mean,
And
I
not as
That
far
was
as I
straight
know.
I
to-
don't think so.
That was
Well,
straight
then-
to streaming.
then how would they think that this film's going to do well once it's made if they leave all those stupid messages in there and knock
Don't
around
know.
the story?
I think they just got so used to their live action adaptations like Maleficent and Beauty and the Beast, like being a success. They're like, oh, we'll do this and then we'll add all the modern my ideals into it and make it even better. And it's like, no, that's not what we want.
Okay, folks,
Right.
Lord Jaws, new face. Hello, Lord. The internet won't forget ever.
No, it's
Yeah,
true.
that's
That's
yeah,
absolutely true.
absolutely.
But she's not even white, so how can they call it Snow White? I don't understand. But there you go.
Yeah, not to sound like, someone who's just like, oh, she's got to be white. But
you're
when
gonna.
her description is that her skin was white as snow, it's kind of
That's right.
how she's described,
Yeah.
Bigots.
I know, I'm awful.
Also, why put her in that same dress as in the cartoon? Couldn't they not updated her her
Recognizability.
costume?
That's why.
I guess.
Well,
I guess.
it worked for Belle in Beauty and the Beast, though. Well, it really wasn't bad because they did the same thing. So
I don't know. Because it does look a bit stupid.
yeah,
Her costume looks a bit stupid, but there you go.
YouTubers are going to make a ton of money from
Yeah,
it. So there is a good point.
Yeah.
there you go.
Sorry, Catty, you were going to say? I interrupted.
Oh, I
you
was just
very
going to say
rudely.
something about the dress. I mean, there have been cosplayers that have done a really good job of a version of this dress. So I think there's a way to make it look good without making it look all dumb and everything. But they obviously didn't go that route.
No, it looks very dumb. They could update it. Like it's keeping the same colors, but update it.
I like what they did with it in Snow White and the Huntsman. I like the design of that dress.
I agree.
Would you
Pretty
like to
good.
see the bigger picture, folks? I forgot I did this.
Oh Lord.
Here you go.
The dwarves don't even look cute. They're
Doesn't
so
that look adorable?
They don't look cute at all.
They're like
That's
Garfield.
creepy.
Yeah, they're
Look-
not even, they're not cute. They're creepy.
I've just seen this.
Yeah.
Look at the one on the left. He looks
Yeah.
like he's about to do something very, very.
Oh,
Like,
he about
naughty.
to.
He's gonna
Dirty
eat her.
little-
They're gonna eat
I was
her.
gonna say he's about to chow down.
Who's the one on the left? The one with the big ears. What was he called?
Dumbo.
Dopey?
Dopey.
Daddy? Oh.
Right, Dopey. He looks like the guy from Mad Magazine, doesn't he?
Oh my god, he
Oh, Alfred E.
does.
Newman?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he does.
Is that a can of Bud Light at the front of the skirt?
Yes.
Lordy.
Oh, God. Not Brian in the chat, as with a beard.
God, they're ugly, aren't they? They're all
Yeah.
ugly.
Yeah, they're not. It's
They're not cute or anything.
They're
There's,
creepy and just very badly animated.
I've just noticed, what's his name? George R. Martin.
Yeah, the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Grumpy, isn't
Oh
it? In the
my-
front in the red.
No, that's me.
No,
Yeah, yeah. I
Is it
think that's supposed to be Grumpy.
Grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Grumpy and Dopey look a bit like the cartoon characters, don't they? A bit. The others I can't really
The
place.
proportions are so uncomfortable, though, to look at.
That's
like
what
this.
she said.
Actually, I would go as far as to say they're a bit scary.
Yeah.
They are a bit scary.
Yeah,
They're not cute or anything. They're scary.
yeah,
I can't get over fucking George R. Martin in the back there.
yeah. It's.
Maybe.
Or-
he
and
was
didn't
there
they
on
say they're
set.
supposed to be magical creatures? I don't know. I don't know. This is gonna be-
Obvious question is there is 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I count 7.
I remember the cartoon, right, when they would dig in and they would find in all these diamonds. So why didn't they just retire after the first load?
Because they're dwarves. That's
Why
what
did
dwarves
they
do.
go in?
Jeez.
Why didn't they retire after the first load? I like that question.
It's really weird. Oh, well, never mind.
I can recognise that as a turd being polished
Yeah.
Yeah.
to a very high lustre.
They could have got someone much better to play Snow White.
For sure.
Oh, well, never mind.
Shit, everybody.
It's shit.
Should we move on?
Yep.
Oh,
Speaking
God.
of shit,
This guy. This guy.
it is being reported that Titi Waititi has been let go by Marvel and will no longer be directing Thor 5
I wonder why.
Yeah, because all
Which
of
is
his Thor
currently-
movies are shit.
in production.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because Chris Helmsworth said that
Hemsworth.
he wouldn't do it unless the script was at his liking. So
And I bet this
And what he
maybe
meant-
protested.
Yeah,
yeah, what he
very
meant
good.
was the
Hold
woke
on.
stuff out of
It-
the script. That's what
And
he
this
meant.
geezer, I bet.
He's
Well, this is
always
the
been
dude that
against it. Always.
this is the dude that turned Thor into a joke in Ragnarok,
For-
and I hate
oh.
him for that.
Mm.
That's not
Isn't
right.
Chris Hemsworth literally dying though? Like,
Yeah.
No, he's just losing his memory.
yeah, how is he
Oh.
still wanting to keep up that regimen and everything with a
I thought
though?
that was that he
CGI.
learned that he had that trait in his family, but he didn't have it himself. I thought.
It's on both sides of his family. From what I remember from reading the article, was that it was on both sides of his family, and he had the markers of it or whatnot, so he was
Doesn't mean
taking a
you're gonna get it.
break. Yeah, that's true. That doesn't mean
Yeah,
you
he
get it.
took a break and like came back like 3 months later with the first Extraction movie.
But you see, when Kenneth Branagh directed it, he added the Shakespeare
Oh,
elements
it's great.
to it,
Yeah.
didn't he? And then that was all destroyed
See-
by this fella.
Here you go, Moloch. Yeah, Moloch said, yeah.
It's shit.
Yeah, here you go.
I
Can you
know.
do it again?
Yeah, I don't even think if he brought back Kevin Brennan, I don't even know if he could save it. Like,
No,
just
I think he
it's-
can. I think he can if the story is good and Kenneth Branagh, because Kenneth Branagh is a pretty good director as far as I'm concerned.
Yes,
If
I
the
agree
story
with
is good,
that.
it doesn't
Yeah.
have any woke crap in it,
Yeah,
and
forget
it deals
about it,
with
yeah.
something that's quite adventurous and heroic, and lovely damsels in distress. Then yeah, it'd probably work, right?
Here you go, Tai Fung. Didn't Hemsworth say his kids and their families made fun of?
They did, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because
Because it
Waititi
was
makes
rubbish.
like Thor into a campy character, and he's not campy in the comics. You
Mm.
can't do that with Thor, man.
There was that brilliant period when he was out of contract, and so he was giving all these interviews saying some quite
Yeah.
disobliging things about it.
Yeah.
And that's because he was not contractually obliged not to say anything. So
That's
yeah,
right.
it has to be more serious. I don't like really what they did with the character. Take the jokes out. It's supposed to be a bit more serious, that the guy's lost all his family. All of the things that are true, and it shows that he has a better understanding of the character than Taika Waititi does.
Yeah,
But now he's contractually obliged again if they are making this film, if it is in production. So I guess it's the last we'll hear of him that's interesting.
Do we know who wrote Thor 1? Thor is a great movie.
didn't
Yes.
Branagh help to write it? I don't think he wrote the whole thing, but I
Such
thought
a
he helped
great
to write
movie.
it.
I wouldn't go as far as to say it was a great movie. It was entertaining.
It
but
was a
they-
great Thor
They got
movie
the
for
tone.
me.
They got the tone right. That's
Yes.
all I'm saying.
Can I throw out a hot take a little bit here?
You're going to.
I feel as though Disney Marvel hasn't known what they've wanted to do with Thor since the first Thor movie. There was a good launch there with the first one. I think it kind of loses it a bit
Yeah.
in the second half, but
Yes.
it's a good introduction to the character. Then the
Mhm.
second movie was just utter garbage.
It was.
And it just
Could
it
have
just
been
goes
better.
downhill from there. So it feels very much that Disney and Marvel haven't known what they wanted to do with this character. I'm not as familiar with the comic books, but from my understanding, he's like a hyper masculine, very strong. There's a lot going on in the lore in that universe that they just don't know how to work in. So I would rather they just retire the Thor character for a while.
Well, no, because they could go back to, because the comics that I read, he was Don Blake as well as Thor.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
was
yeah,
just was he a doctor? I can't remember. And he used to slam his stick on the floor and change into Thor.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if they did something like that with it, and did the effects that they used in Captain America, the first Captain America with Chris Hemsworth, it might work really well. 'Cause that's the story they haven't followed yet. So they should maybe try that.
Going back to Titty, the only thing what I think he's good for is selling onions. Think about it.
Okay.
Put a load
Go
of
back
onions.
to making
Put a-
movies about vampires.
Put a load of onions, like a string of onions, around his neck, and move him to France. Should we move on?
Yes, please.
I
Okay.
do need to put another towel down. I've done it once. Come on.
Yeah, here you go. Cheers, Brian.
So
Brian's
rude.
always got my back. French jumper gag. Thank you.
Mm.
Lionsgate is moving forward with Highlander reboots from John Wick director Chad
Stahelski.
Stahelski, starring Henry Cavill.
Oh my God, Brown.
The studio is reportedly put my teeth back in. The studio is reportedly teeth are falling
Planning
out.
to
Sorry,
make the
folks.
film, which is a big budget of 100 million, and will be seeking funding at the AFM. Source deadline. There you go.
Thank you,
Just
Ian.
turn it into like a Plinkett skit from John Wick director Chad. I don't know. Starring Cavill.
The budget seems a bit big though for a Highlander film. Is it just
Yeah, it's true.
Well, they'll be paying Cavill 80.
But the thing is, though, Highlander is such a iconic movie. I mean, it's not a great movie. It's an entertaining one, but it was made when MTV was huge, right? So what are they going to do with this version with Henry? I haven't got a clue.
It'll be John Wick, but a Highlander.
Yeah, probably.
See, I think Christopher Lambert did a pretty good job.
Sorry,
I don't know why we need to reboot.
No. If
Oh,
I may,
Lambert.
it's Lambert, yes.
But you know, Chris Lambert, right, did not know how to speak English properly when he made that film.
Well,
That's
neither
correct.
do I, but
He's a
So-
Frenchman.
Yeah, so somebody stood in the beyond the camera and read the lines out, and he just repeated it. That's why he comes across so stilted. In the
here
film.
you go, Hooligan S3. If they don't use the Queen music, it is a waste of time.
Wow, you're gonna have to get another band this time round, don't you, for it?
Highlander never did anything for me. Anybody like it?
I
I
did
love
like
it.
it.
I liked
Yeah, I
it.
like it. Yeah, I like it.
I
Yeah,
liked
and
it
they
a
I
lot.
even
even-
had the
I
OG.
even love that.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Matt Cat.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I even love the TV show. If anybody ever
Yeah.
watched that, it was so
Sean
good.
Connery, right?
The
OG
no,
one? Oh, okay.
he
Yeah, the original. The TV show was different, wasn't it? Or it wasn't McLeod. It was someone else, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
think so.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't rewatched it, but I just remember loving that show. But yeah, it's McLeod.
You go, Professor R2. It's a waste of time, no matter what.
I always
R2,
disliked
how
it
dare
because
you.
my first boat was called Highlander. Which meant whenever I was moving it through London, periodically people would shout, "There can only be one," and I'd have to pretend like I really liked the joke after the
Bet you got sick of
15,000th
that.
time I heard it. Oh yeah,
So he was so bad at English, they even added that line when he was being interrogated, didn't they? Where do you come from? That's a different accent you got there, Nash. And he says lots of different places, doesn't he? That line. So
Duncan MacLeod.
yeah. Oh, Duncan was the TV show, right? Was that?
Yeah.
Was it him? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
You
it
know-
was
Yeah, go
Duncan MacLeod. It was Duncan MacLeod. Yeah.
It was Duncan. You know what? I mean, if they do it right, and because Henry, I really like Henry. If they
Everybody
do it
does.
right, and it's exciting, and it's it's crossed between John Wick and something else, then it might work. Who knows?
Here you go, not Brian. A Frenchman playing a Scotsman and a Scotsman playing a Spaniard.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
But so good. But so
Sean
good.
Connery only took that role because one, it was shooting in Scotland, and two, they paid him shitload of money. And
Yeah.
in the
Fair enough,
beginning, right,
fair
of the movie, the voiceover, he did that in the toilet. Would you believe? I'm not joking.
I'm
He
not
recorded his
surprised.
voice when he was in the toilet. So there you go.
Could you hear it flush?
Not
afterwards?
no, but you can hear the echo.
Echo.
Echo. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on.
Oh God, what is
Oh, I
this?
saw this and I just thought, my God. Star Trek Discovery is on its way as well soon. But anyway,
Yay.
despite grinding businesses into the ground and destroying the fabric of societies, Paramount CEO Bob Bashkin declares
Bakish?
Yes.
Bakish declares we will be more successful with the DE and I. Try saying that after 2 pints. At the core of our business. That's
What's a DE and I?
diversity, equity, and inclusion.
yes.
Oh, so they're still going to
yes.
put
Yeah,
that
they're-
into stuff now.
Yeah, they're doubling down.
Yes.
Silly people.
I actually like the headline, but only because the headline isn't very good. Because the headline implies that actually it's Paramount CEO Bob Bakish who has destroyed the fabric of societies, and not DE&I, which I think is what they were trying to say. But I like the idea that this man is completely responsible for the destruction of the world.
Well, do you know what? Right, it is right that we have diversity on screen, but not the way they're doing it. Not
Yeah,
the way they're
it's
It's
doing it.
forced.
It
It's
should be,
forced. That's the
it
problem
should be
with it. It's forced.
balanced. It should be balanced very well. you know, and artists who create TV shows and write TV shows shouldn't be forced in this kind of thing. They should be allowed to create whatever they want to create. That's what should happen, in my opinion. But hey, such is life.
I agree.
We all agree, everybody.
Yeah.
Is she going to be in Discovery?
She already was.
Oh, shite! Because I
It
never
was at
watched
the end of Star Trek Discovery season 4 has a Georgia Democrat, Stacey Abrams, as president of Earth.
Hasn't she got a court case going on at the moment?
Yeah, because
She always does, because she keeps denying election results, but when the Democrats do it, it's fine.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And she's
double fucking standards.
yes, and she's poor.
Ego, not Brian. See The Expanse for diversity done right.
I couldn't agree more.
I could not get into that, but I'm not big on sci-fi.
Star Trek
it's
the
so
original Star Trek the original series diversity done right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for
Absolutely. For sure. They did it in the 60s before all this nonsense.
Aliens diversity done right. Alien diversity done right.
Yeah.
Can you see a picture for me?
Wait a moment. Alien divers done right. He was the black guy got killed. Come on. Sorry.
But he was
It
the
will
first
be.
one to die.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right there. Yeah.
Yeah, the crew of the Nostromo. I can't speak. Sorry, folks, I
Nostromo.
can't speak. It's the 384 people. Making me nervous. Nostromo crew were.
Well,
Yes,
they
done
weren't
well.
really. I mean, we only had one black guy in Alien, right? That was it. The rest of them were all white. So I don't know. Doesn't make it fine.
This is a good. Yeah, here you go. This could be a good film. Joby, Alien diversity done right. TM.
Oh no, yeah, I'm forgetting about Ripley. Woman,
Strong woman.
Two
Oh, yeah,
women.
sorry, I
Two
forgot,
women
yeah.
on the crew.
Yeah. I forgot. Sorry. Yes, it is. Device done right, I guess.
Here you go.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Yeah,
Punchable face.
not right. He's not
See,
wrong.
my
before
friend.
it became popular, they were doing it. Just saying.
And on that bombshell. That's a great comment. Well done, sir.
Well, it wasn't a baby.
Well, that stupid movie
It was a
Junior
worm.
did it with Arnold
God, yeah, Arnie.
Schwarzenegger. Remember when
yeah.
he got pregnant?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
terrible. That's a terrible
Junior.
movie.
I
It
love
was
that
such
movie.
a stupid
I love-
movie.
I love that movie too, Vex. Even though it is stupid, but I do love it.
It's fun. It's fun.
There's
See?
a scene in it where he runs and he runs like a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, men having babies before it became popular. Just saying.
Welcome to when I put a Marvel slide, we talk about something completely different.
Well,
Oh, Mr. No
we know
Lads.
you just did this to see Bree's face. Come on, man.
I don't think. You know,
Come
I don't think Brie looks so hot there.
I think she looks pretty good there. I mean,
Yeah. She looks like a woman there. So
yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, the story is the Marvels reviews embargoed until 2 days before general release. Analysts speculate
What?
Disney is.
Analyst.
Analysts is. I'll say it again. Analysts
There you go, sport.
speculate Disney is abandoning the film.
I don't know if they're abandoning it, but I would gather from that the early reviews have not been particularly good.
Yeah.
And so they're keeping them hidden until they've waterboarded the reviewers to change them.
Yeah.
I was
would
watching
agree.
Mr. H, and he was saying that he knows the whole storyline, the whole film, and he was saying that the trailer is misleading. It's a trailer that makes you believe that there's this person that's like Thanos that's going to destroy the world, and they have to stop her. But the whole story is not about that at all. So that's what he says.
this
I mean,
is the. Oh, sorry.
No,
go
you
ahead.
go ahead. No, you go, Vex.
Oh,
You go. Ladies
I
first.
was just gonna say this is the first, I guess, quote unquote, big release I've seen in a while that has like the early screenings are only as early as Thursday. They're not doing any Wednesday screenings at all. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting.
You go, I have boxes, misgendered Brie. I love Brie.
If this film doesn't have those three in danger, and they're
So
winning all
would
the
I.
way through, it's pointless. What's the point of watching it? So
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just going to be bad. all the way around.
You guys are
Platoon, you're
wrong.
going
It's
to
gonna
make a
be
ton.
awesome.
Platoon, you're going to make a ton of streaming money from this, aren't you? For revenue,
Hey,
YouTube.
look, it might be good, right?
Yes, it might be
on
good,
now.
everybody. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's not going to be good though, is it? But no, I will give it a fair shot. I always try and give films a fair shot, but I can't see this one being anything other than a disaster. But it might be good for me.
Wouldn't it be funny if, in this crazy world, right, you know how the studio have given up on this movie?
Is this like when you said, wouldn't it be funny if The Flash made $1 billion?
Listen,
Oh, that
just
was
run with
pretty
it,
rough.
please. Run with it. Can you imagine that if the studio's given up on this, and we all know studios know what they're doing, don't we? Can you imagine if we went to see this and it was incredible? The studio got it wrong. Can you
I
imagine?
will fall out of my theater seat if I actually go to watch this in the theater, but I probably will not. So
Here you go. John Z, come on, Mr. Brown. Say it will make $2 billion. I think it will make. I think this movie will make $3 billion.
Ow.
what the hell? You
Because
trying to blow out my ears?
I will go see it a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna do just as good as The Flash. I feel like it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really, really bad.
Here you go, punchable facts. Brown, how drunk are you? I'm 407 viewers drunk. I'm intoxicated.
Yeah.
This is the first time
That's
I've
amazing.
ever seen her look okay, actually, on a
It's
photograph.
because she's not smiling. Is that why?
Yeah, as long as she's not showing her feet, it's all right, isn't it? Yes.
This is going to be the movie of the year. You've all got it wrong.
For all, thank you,
I'm gonna-
Vex.
I'm gonna go see it on the Thursday early premiere, and I'll let you guys know it's a solid 10 out of 10. They got it right. I synchronized in the theater.
Well, with 3 women on the screen, then that actually might happen.
Oh my god.
Okay, panel. Do we feel sorry for Brie?
No.
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 She's
Not at
made her
all.
bed. She can lie in it. She's been a
Yeah,
bitch.
she did it herself.
Yep. Fuck that hoe.
Yeah, it's like Rachel Ziegler. I don't feel sorry for her, not one bit. Not one.
Yeah,
bit.
she's getting paid well, so
Yeah.
why would we
Yeah.
feel sorry
Yeah.
for her?
God, you're a harsh lot, you.
Yeah.
Only
I
the people
sometimes
that
think-
deserve it.
Yeah, and if she
Protection,
can't handle
it's
it-
going to be shit.
Yeah.
Lord?
I do sometimes get the sense that maybe like she doesn't necessarily believe all of the things that she said that got her in trouble. Because if you look at what she does, certainly like during lockdown, for example, she starts the podcast because someone told her that's the thing that people did. She said she was a gamer because someone told her that's a thing people do. She said she played Nintendo because someone told her that Nintendo was a thing. I wouldn't be that surprised if the earlier quotes from her when she stands up and gives award speeches about how white men shouldn't be reviewing films about women, for example, whether that wasn't just someone telling her that this is the right PR move and that's what you need to do. And it's why it doesn't really match up with her personality when it comes out in interviews later. And all she is just kind of spiky and actually sometimes not overly politically correct. And when she's, she bats down questions about Johnny Depp and things like that. I don't know how much of this is like because she believes shit things or how much is that she has shit advice that she follows because she's an idiot. Either way, she does deserve to be shat on, but she's not necessarily as evil as some people might like to think. I don't know everyone.
Yeah. Here you go, Drew Gordon. Mr. Brown can fix her, yes. I will say, chat, tweet Brie tomorrow. Ask her if she'll come on this channel. Say, we know this great YouTuber. He's big fan.
She's got to show her feet on camera, though.
I don't want to
Ew.
go anywhere near
No,
the feet.
ew, no.
Brown likes them
Even I
feet.
have I have my limits.
This was a chance to give her a really sexy costume, showing a bit of cleavage,
Yeah, I know,
and
she's
stuff like
great.
that, and
I
they
know,
just put her in a
fabulous.
onesie. What the? Fuck
I
was all
actually
that
think
about?
her costume in this one looks better than that first
Agreed.
movie.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think it's more form fitting, so I it's got that going for it. But you're right, they could have made it sexier. Like
Yeah.
Because I want to say the comic book adaptation, she pretty much has just like a leotard on. Most
No,
of the
but
time.
that's but not the original one, though.
yeah,
not the original.
not the original one, but
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think they padded up her ass as well. Like put a bit of muscle in there in the
Because she got
costume.
that flat booty.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's all that cardio.
My niece wants me to take her to see it, and I'm just trying
Do
to
it.
avoid.
Yeah, you
Go
have
on, that's
to.
what uncles do. Stop
Yeah,
being
you
a
have to.
miserable old bastard. Anyway,
Luckily
okay.
for me, my daughter has no interest in this movie whatsoever.
We'll give the final comment to a bank of hostmen. Brie doesn't have an ass.
She does.
does
We're looking
now.
at it right now.
She
Yeah.
talks out of it. She talks out of it. Okay.
I had a question,
Nice.
like budget-wise. It's not going to make $1 billion. I think the more realistic question is, will it beat Ant-Man 3, which got, I think, 476 million,
I
and it's
think so.
currently
Worse
one of the
than
biggest
that.
bombs.
I
Worse or
think
better?
so. Oh,
Worse.
yeah, I think worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Go. No, you go.
No,
No,
no.
you go, Vex. No, ladies
Vex,
first.
go.
I was just gonna say, Ant-Man 3 had Paul Rudd, and most people just love Paul Rudd because he's very
That's
charming and
true.
charismatic off screen. So Ant-Man 3, despite failing, had that going for it. Nobody knows or even likes any of this cast here. So why go see it?
I do. That's all that matters. Let's move on.
People love Paul Rudd.
New poster for the Marvels. I'm sold.
Apparently, there's a
Aw,
scene in
look
it
at the
where
Easy, little
Fury has to
pussycat.
save all the Flukus, whatever they're called. I can't remember what
What?
they're called. Yeah, on the ship apparently. So he rangs them all up and stuff. I don't know. That's why there was all over.
On,
that's what it's
you did
supposed to
say
go.
on the ship, not on
Yeah.
the shit.
No, not on the ship.
Okay.
although I could be right there as well.
So
He's a
have we-
fan then.
is this a real poster?
Yes,
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
actually got to the point where they are trying to sell the film
on camera.
by
Using
just cut and
cats.
pasting cats on the poster.
No,
It's
they're
like
selling
YouTube
it-
in 2005.
No.
They could have picked
See,
some
you don't-
cuter kitty cats, though.
You don't get it, do you?
Well, look at the ones on the right. They
Lord,
look
you
all
don't get
like-
it, do you?
I'm a cat person. I like pussy, but I don't get this. No.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Well, yeah, it's pussy power, isn't it?
Now, what's it called?
Yeah.
They're not cats, are they? What are they called?
They're Flarkins,
Flarkins.
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Larkins.
which is
Yeah.
so
What?
stupid. I hated that part of the first movie, so I hate this whole thing. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Okay, quickly then. Oh, look at this. Sabine's Downs cats will starve to death, won't it, Lord?
Well, indeed, it already has, in fact.
Look at
We
look at
never-
that gray one on the right. He looks just like so, sorry.
Okay, Ian, which is your favourite pussy there?
None actually.
Oh, bollocks to you. Vexomorph, you like pussy?
I'd just like to point out that Samuel L. Jackson
Is he the black one?
hoarding. He's hoarding pussy onto a ship. So doesn't that make him a pimp? Technically,
We've all got our crosses to bear.
So
He is
many
big
script
time.
ideas coming just from this.
I know.
this fucking poster.
Catty, favourite pussy on the poster, that is.
I like the bottom left, the black one. It's very cute.
It's very diverse.
Rennie?
On there, yeah, I'm gonna go with the bottom left kitty, the little fluffy white one next to the gray cat.
That one's cute too.
Yeah,
Here you go. Max
cute.
Vumfondel. I do like ginger pussy. So do I, mate. Ginger pussies, tabbies are male, by the way.
Nice.
Lord, favourite pussy.
Explains a lot.
Ooh. So top on the left kind of looks like, oh god, here we go again. But then
yeah.
middle right is, I don't remember this in the contract, and I can't decide between the two of them. I'm going to go with the one on the left, top left.
Yeah.
The black one on the right looks like Harry Hill puppet. That's for the Brits, by the way. I like the white pussy.
Why are we talking about this?
Because
Why
it
is it a
annoys the-
poster for a major Marvel film? That's the more important question.
Anyway. Okay.
It knows people like cats. People like cute cats. I think this is kind of genius marketing because nobody gives a shit about the three women that are actually in this
That's
movie.
right.
Yeah, but
That
it's
is
not
so
gonna,
to see
true.
that.
yeah, but it's not going to attract the dog owners, though, is it? So straight away you're isolating 50% of your audience.
Well, if the target audience is women, though, then you've got lots of crazy cat ladies
I'm
out
a
there.
man and like
Why?
it's cats.
Why? Why have they written this? Why are these cats in the actual? Oh, I'm like, this has got to be the baddest. No, I don't mean that good either. It's got to be the worst Marvel film ever. Seriously, it's got to be.
Thus far.
I've got an idea, Ian.
What's that?
Take
I
your
think it's a
niece to
crap
go see
idea.
it. Take you
Well,
on
no,
these.
she wants me to take her. I probably will take her, but
Do a live reaction coming out of you saying it's shit, and then we'll stream it. Yeah, video it. Yeah, do it. Take it for the team, mate.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Yeah,
Do it.
take one for the team. Anyway, let's move on.
I've, you know what? I've seen too many films that are really rubbish. I went to see that Martin Scorsese
Yeah,
film
Bad
recently, and
Day.
it was
Ugh.
like, oh, for God's sakes, why? So I'm probably going to say the same thing when I see what you call it.
Well, video.
Marvel.
Make sure you video it. Okay. Rumor. Fantastic Four film will feature a female herald of Galactus
Finally.
in pink as well. Yes. Is that a bra, like a armor bra?
Galactus is something to fear, mate. I tell you that.
Yeah,
that
but they're going to
version-
be featuring a female herald of Galactus.
Well,
it's
if
just,
they
Yeah,
do, it's going to be stupid. So
yeah.
Yeah, which I just have to say, Silver Surfer is my favorite Marvel character of all time. And why would you skip? He's got the greatest story out of all the heralds, and they're just gonna skip over it. That's some bullshit right there. And they're going to Nova.
back, everybody.
Like
It's back, everybody.
Nova's a good herald, but she like Frankie Ray, like she's got like an okay. It's not even that great of a storyline, but Silver Surfer's way cooler than fucking Nova. And I'm all like, it's so annoying. And I don't know if they're gonna pick, because there's a bunch of different heralds. I think Dazzler at one time becomes his herald, but fuck that noise. It's
Yeah.
got to be Silver Surfer or nobody else, because
Wait a
anybody
minute,
else would just
Nova?
be. Yeah, it's that girl right there with
The
the
one
fire
with the
hair.
fire. Yeah,
so
that's
Yeah.
Nova.
Nova,
Yeah.
Nova, as in the Nova superhero.
Yeah, the like the Nova Corps. Or you said what
Yeah.
you're talking about? Yeah, their name is Nova too, but her name is Nova, but her name is Frankie Ray from the comic books. That's where she is
That's
before she.
There you
because
go.
she's
Look,
a
see, there you go.
female. That's why. That's
Yeah,
why
it's-
they're gonna have her. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, maybe they can do it right, but I don't think you got to do Silver Surfer, and you got to show his origin story. He's so cool, and it's just it sucks that they're not going to do it. I hope this is just a rumor and they pull back on that, because it would
you
be
go.
a shame.
Great to have you back, by the way, Matt.
No, it's good to
the,
be back.
The Madcapper. We should do a. Sorry again. We should do a show on Silver Surfer, Norrin Rad.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Phil. We're going with Echo. Echo.
Sorry, just a quick question. Did they release the plot for the next Fantastic Four movie? Is that
No.
where you're getting all
No,
that?
not
Matt?
yet.
Or
Just
No,
the villain, I think.
that's kind of
Yeah.
the backstory that like this is what they're going for. It seems.
Yeah, and there is a rumor that what's that blonde from the latest Mission Impossible movie? I can't remember her name off the
Vanessa
Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna be Miss Invisible
Storm.
Woman. Yeah,
Sue
Sue Storm. And the movie's gonna be about her. Like she's gonna be the main character.
Well, you see, if they do that, then the film's going to flop, because everybody now
Exactly.
is well versed in what people are doing for
Exactly.
these movies. So
especially after South Park.
Yeah,
Who would get the greatest pleasure from saying this in the panel? Who wants to do this
I
one?
nominate Platoon.
Yeah.
Lord,
But,
Ben.
okay.
I'll just
Put
do
a- put a fucking chick in it and make her gay and lame.
Gosh, that was like when we saw the rumors that what's her face was going to be Ben Grimm, the Thing,
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Fantastic
yeah.
Four, and it's like,
Yeah.
why would you do that? Like, and you know what gets me about these assholes is they have such great source material to fall back on, and they're just completely wasting it on garbage. And I don't understand why they don't take such great writers from the comic books and just lean on what they've done before. It would be so freaking good if they did that. I promise they would make $1 billion every movie if they just did that.
Because they are talentless mofos who've been given a job purely because of who they fucking know, and they think they know everything,
sure.
and they're the most talentless twats going.
Absolutely.
Moving on.
Are we really
So-
though?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I have a
maybe to
feeling.
the side.
Brown like
Okay, is it-
steps?
Is it DOA?
Well, it depends if this is true. If it's true, yes, it's dead.
Well,
this is
and
just a rumor, so
It's not even resting,
Yeah.
is it?
keep in mind they haven't been able to actually make a decent Fantastic Four film ever. So
is
there's
true, that
that
is
going
true.
for it as well.
Yeah, I would argue that one that they never released that you can only buy if you get it from like a Comic-Con or whatever. I can't remember all the people in it. It was made for like I think $1 million or something.
Yeah.
It's shit, but I would argue that that's the
Shit.
best Fantastic Four movie.
There you go.
So
And
That's
far-
sad.
well, Mr. Brown as Sue Storm. I'd rather play Invisible Person.
Well, Sue Storm
I
is
think
the
you have to
invisible
You still
woman.
miss the Invisible Girl.
There you go. Then. That was,
think you got the
that was a
rocking
thinking
stick
man's
round.
joke.
I
that
got it. I
outthought
got
the
it.
thinking man. So I salute you. That's very good. You made me look like an idiot. Moving on. Okay. I'm going to try and read this.
Okay, we go.
Dario. Somebody help me on that one.
Scar to
Scar to
pain.
Pain.
The Punisher is set as showrunner for Daredevil Born Again. So that person was the showrunner for Punisher, wasn't it?
Mhm.
So is it looking better then, do you think? Miss
No,
Brown?
because
No.
you can't do Daredevil Born Again if you've gotten rid of the main characters from Born Again. It just doesn't make any sense.
Hasn't
Unless
it
they're
all
going to
been,
reboot it again.
hasn't it all been binned though?
No,
Yeah,
the first 4 episodes was binned.
Well, they're starting over again, and they said
Yeah.
they will use some things, but I have to be honest. This is a step in the right direction in hiring somebody that has run a show. I think that's a good
But Matt,
sign.
how can they do Born Again when Eureka was dead in the first season and Daredevil discovered his mother in season 3? That's all part of Born Again. So what are they going to do?
But you're talking about the Netflix show,
Yeah, but
and I just go. You have to like everything else. You have to get rid of it because it's not a part of the MCU. I think they could do a good job if they really are set on starting over and hiring all new people.
But they've got Charlie Cox in it.
See,
So how
here you
can
go,
people
Moloch.
well, hold on, let me speak. People will
Sorry.
link Charlie Cox with the Netflix show, and
I agree.
they say they're going to restart, which means what they have to do is recast Karen Page and Foggy and all the main characters in Daredevil together with Charlie Cox. It doesn't make any sense. None of
I
it.
agree with you, and that is the problem with Marvel is they won't do that because I've seen online that apparently Feige loves Charlie Cox, and I do like Charlie Cox too. I agree they should recast 100%, but I mean it's obvious they're not going to.
Yeah.
So I think that moving forward, if they really just sit down, hire the people that they need to hire to make this the best it possibly can, I think it could work. But that's me holding out hope, but I'm expecting the worst. So.
Yeah. Same here.
Moloch, who knows his stuff. Punisher was great.
Is he talking about the show?
The TV
Yes.
show.
I'm gonna
Joe
assume.
B,
Yeah, it
let
was
me
pretty
speak.
good.
Very violent.
I don't
Sorry,
think
sorry.
the first Punisher movie was bad. The one with Thomas Jane. That was
I liked
actually
it
quite a
too.
fun movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad either.
He's
They
all right.
could have went a little bit further in my opinion, but
Yeah.
you know.
Blacken says, let me talk. Ian likes...
Likes what?
Well, you like Daredevil, don't you?
I do. I
You
love.
get really
I love
passionate about it.
I love the Charlie Cox version,
Yeah.
and I love the Netflix version. The first season was amazing TV. It really was. I mean, obviously, I didn't agree with them killing off, Uric and making Uric black because I think that's wrong. Obviously, race swapping is wrong. But it was a really good show, and to not follow up from that show, from the 3 seasons that was done, is really dumb. They should drop the Born Again thing and just carry on with what they've got, because the actors that they cast as those characters, Karen Page and Foggy, they were just perfect for those roles.
I do agree. They were really good.
You go,
Yeah.
Lord Jaws. Hello, Lord. No one wants to watch Daredevil with new actors. People who didn't like it won't watch it anyhow.
Yeah,
People who did want to see more. There you go.
Yeah, and that's why they shouldn't be doing Born Again. They should be carrying on the Daredevil story.
Here you go, side effects. Mega likes Cox. Yeah, we've heard that rumor.
Who doesn't like
Oh,
Cox?
that's a good slogan for you.
Although I did say he was losing his hair, Charlie Cox, wasn't he? Need to give him
So
a
he's a
little
bald
bit
Cox.
I think I watched the first episode of Born Again. Sorry, Daredevil, when
Daredevil,
it was on
yeah.
Netflix. But should I revisit it?
You
Yeah, I
should.
think so. Yeah, I
You
think so.
should. It's very grown up. It's very, very much. If somebody did become a hero, I guess that's the trouble they'll get into. Do you know what I mean? So it's very much that.
Here you go. Black Lives are Black Cavils. Ray Stevenson, Best Punisher. Rest in peace, Ray.
He was all right. He looked a bit overweight when he was playing the Punisher, but yeah, he was all right.
Yeah, here you go. Side of feeds. Mega prefers hairy cocks.
Yeah.
We've also heard
With a
that
toupee.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
Well,
good
Rennie
one.
enjoyed that. Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Who's this?
I didn't get this, but I knew Vex was on the panel, and she'd know.
Spider-Man 2, Insomniac's new game, came out last week now. And a lot of people were quick to point out in some of the previews and stuff that Mary Jane looks like a 40-year-old housewife now. And she's super superwoman kind of deal. She's got OP side missions and all that stuff. But someone found one of the writers for the game, and they look near fucking identical. And this is a trend that seems to be happening in gaming, where instead of strictly making female empowered characters, they're definitely just self-inserts. This woman's bio on the Insomniac webpage is fucking insane, by the way. It's dripping with absolute woke garbage feminist nonsense. And it's honestly no surprise that some of the things that seem to have come out in Spider-Man 2 have come out.
Is Spider-Man 2 good?
I'm hearing mixed things. So like everyone's saying it's phenomenal, it's a great game, it's must play, but then everyone I'm talking to that I actually know who are playing it are like, it's all right. But there's a lot of woke stuff in it that kind of bogs it down. The gameplay itself is pretty good. But it's mid at best.
Sorry, folks. I think Not Brian's on top form. Face like a Rottweiler licking sherbet from a thistle.
Yeah, this is supposed to be Mary Jane. Isn't she supposed to be pretty, not homely?
Yeah, why can't we make girls hot anymore? Like, what's going on here?
Catty, I wouldn't even touch her with yours, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably give it to her. Give me a couple of drinks. I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" But I don't understand why we can't make chicks
She's so
hot
proud
anymore.
of herself, though. Bless her. She's proud of herself.
I mean,
she is very proud. I'm assuming the sodomite charge there is, as opposed to just lazy homophobia, is a reference to the fact that you'd only have to take this woman from behind. It can't possibly be, it can't possibly be somebody allowing their justified critiques of wokery to transition into, fairly nasty bigotry.
I
I'm
couldn't
sure that
comment
won't have
for
happened.
fear of recrimination.
I've been saying this for ages that women on screen, especially heroic women, don't look like women anymore, or are not sexy. Been
She's
saying it for
ginger
ages.
as well.
Well,
No,
but
gingers are nice.
I love ginger.
Yeah, so do I.
the thing is, if you're going to take a character that's known for being gorgeous in the comics and turn him
And
into someone who's
sexy.
plain
Sexy.
and homely, it's like, dude, that's really not doing it justice. I'm just
You remember?
saying.
Do you remember the cartoon when Peter Parker opens the door and she goes, "Tiger, you've just what is it?" I can't remember the line, but it's a very famous line which I can't remember. But she's drawn in such a way that he's hit the jackpot. That's what she says to him, "Tiger, you've hit the jackpot." And she's like, perfect tits, nice, small waist, looking gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? And then look, we had that cartoon which was drawn in the 70s compared to this. You know what I mean? It's
She
like, what?
didn't look bad in the first game, is what's like, it's a downgrade even from what the first game had, which is what's even more disappointing. So
Z3PO, look at that fucking chin.
She does have a punchable face, though.
Yeah, she does.
she's got a Lego man head. It's shaped
Like-
like that.
Lego man head.
You can tell that face could take a punch.
Just honestly, seriously, I don't understand what's going on. Why can't we have good-looking women? Men, we got Thor
Because
showing his
then
muscle.
the
Why can't
ugly
we?
ones will feel left out.
No.
Moving on.
I like playing as hot women in my video games. I make my characters as hot women in video games because I idolize to be a smoking hot woman in real life. So
There you
please
go.
give me hot female characters in video games.
Speaking of hot female, Haley Atwell there. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 has been delayed to May 23, 2025.
Wow.
It's been delayed,
Why?
folks.
Does it say why?
Because the first one made no money.
And they're
okay.
Which
also
was a
dropping
shock.
the part 2 thing too,
Agreed,
right?
yeah.
Aren't they changing the name?
Yeah, the name's getting changed as well, yes.
To what?
Don't know.
Okay.
Mission
Nobody knows
Impossible
yet.
don't know.
I did enjoy that
It's,
one
it's
though.
Reckoning the Dead. That's what's
I
called.
saw it. Did that.
I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
This movie's done filming, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
So
I thought
I'm
yeah,
wondering, is it because of the promotion tour? Is it the money thing, or is it because it would be in direct competition with Deadpool 3?
I think.
Oh,
it's
that's a
com-
good question.
I think it's a combination of all three of those. I mean, the first one, it didn't do that well, and I mean, and
Which
again,
was a
I think
shocker.
it was a shocker, and I think that going up against Deadpool 3, because this one had to go up against Barbie and Oppenheimer, so I'm pretty sure they're like, we don't want any more competition.
Yeah, I think there
That's
was
fair.
there was. I think with this, definitely bad timing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they lost all
definitely
the
bad
premium
timing.
screens,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Shame, really, because I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the one before, but it was still enjoyable.
I agree. It wasn't as good as the one before, but it was still pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think the COVID stuff did for this film, didn't it?
To also be fair, Mission Impossible 6 was quite hard to top. That movie,
Right.
I would say, is near perfect given the franchise it's a part
Oh,
of
the
and
last
what
one
it's
was
trying to do.
fantastic.
It
Yeah.
was really
True.
good. That
That
I
is
think that's my
true.
favorite one.
Okay, Haley Atwell. Oof.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah.
Haley, do well.
Okay, I saw this. I quite like these films. Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro all want to return for Sicario 3.
As long as there's no fat waitresses.
Emily Blunt's in it, so I think we'll be okay.
She wasn't in the second one, was she?
She was?
Yeah.
Oh, no, she wasn't.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
she was. She was.
But-
Or she wasn't.
Make up your mind.
I don't know.
I'm getting confused here.
She wasn't.
I saw the second one, and I thought the second one was just. As
I
good
think
as
there
the
was
first
like
one.
filming, like scheduling issues, and that's why
Yeah.
she didn't make it back.
Yeah,
for
she
the
was not in
second
the
one.
second one. Yeah.
But I heard that in the second one it was meant to be focusing on Emily Blunt, but then it focused because she wasn't in it. They focused on the Del Toro character, didn't they? In the second one. So-
You go, Aspen, Sicario didn't need a sequel. Well,
Agreed.
it probably
didn't,
didn't, but I
yeah.
still enjoyed it.
Oh, but the ending though, what a shocker!
Spoilers, everybody. You go, Doc Glock, Sicario 3. I didn't even know there was a Sicario 2. Yes, there is, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love my favorite scene is that scene where they're at the border and they have
Oh,
to take
yeah.
out that was
Yeah.
my favorite scene in that whole movie.
Anything Mexican cartel, I'm well into it. Is Blunt too old?
I don't think so.
No.
She's 40 now. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
Did
but
you see the new movie she did on Netflix with Chris Evans?
I haven't seen it yet.
She's in some lingerie in there as a stripper. She does not look 40. She looks good.
Wow.
She can she can keep making movies. She looks phenomenal for her age, and I think 3 kids now.
I don't know. I
she's-
mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't find her face.
Well, I'm sorry.
think
You're wrong,
she's
mate.
weird
You're
looking.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got that
Like,
British face.
But yeah,
No.
but
Got a
she-
weird looking face.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she has a
High
great
cheeks.
great
High cheeks.
personality though. When she was in that film with Matt Damon, I thought she was very
Matt
charming.
Damon.
And even
this
I
is
fell
I'm
in
just
love
going
with
to
her.
brush over the fact that
Simon
Matt Cat
Stewart.
said she's got a British face, and Rennie says, yeah, she's got a weird face. Not going to disagree there, but even so,
There you go.
racism.
They're all coming in. Yeah.
She's got a great bod. Put it that
She
way.
does, yeah. No, I think she's
nice.
she's
You just need
pretty.
to-
Yeah, I think she's
No.
pretty. I think
She's
she
a very
looks
good-looking
great
woman.
for an older lady. I think
Just put a bag over her head.
Am I in the bin? Ice
What? What was the one with Tom Cruise? The Live Die Repeat.
Yeah, she was in that.
Edge of
Yeah.
Edge of
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
love
I'd
good.
rather
that
see.
movie.
Yeah, I think
Ugh.
I'd rather see a sequel to that one instead of this.
That was she's been screaming for, hasn't she? There was
Um,
interviews
No,
with
that's
it's
her
a great
in
saying
movie.
production, actually. It's
Oh,
just
is
Great
it?
COVID
movie.
threw a huge wrench in that, and then
Oh,
I
right.
think there were some issues regarding the writers and or directors, but it's happening. It's 100% happening.
Yeah, everybody watch Live Die Repeat. Brilliant film. Really, really good.
Hmm.
Okay, so if it happens, I'll go see this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not a big Benicio del Toro fan, so I'm going to pass. But yeah, have fun.
Thanks, Rennie.
Does he have a weird face too?
No, that would be Javier Bardem. But like, I
Look
don't
almost
know.
the same.
Not really.
On 2 hours. Here you go, folks. So, Apple and Paramount, was it Paramount, has reached out to theatres who have added intermissions to Killers of the Flower Moon, saying they violated their contract in telling them to show the film as amended. I fucked that up, but I think
Intended?
you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought putting an interval would have been good.
It is good. They're just complaining about nothing. I'm sorry. Me personally, like if I see a movie and it's super long, if you put an intermission in there and I don't have to miss any of the
Nearly 4
movie,
hours, folks.
I would be
Yeah.
so grateful for that. Like I can get a refill on my popcorn, grab a soda, and take a pee, and then I'm good.
I was going to
And-
say, take a quick pee. Yeah.
yeah. So
Ian, did you say you saw it? Sorry, Matt.
no, go ahead.
I did, yeah.
You go on then.
Well, isn't I didn't think it was. I think it was all right. It wasn't great or anything like that. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, obviously, because I
not
got
seen
told
it.
off last time. But it was too long. In my opinion, it was too long, and it wasn't as interesting as say Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer was long, but I didn't feel it was long when I was watching it because it was paced very well. This one isn't paced very well at all. The performances are brilliant in it. The subject matter doesn't interest me at all. I didn't really want to see it, but my friend said, "Oh, we should go and see it," and I went to see it and kind of regret it. Really, I should have waited for it to come on TV. But I do agree they should have an intermission because it was far too long.
Okay, if I may, I missed a super chat. Sorry, I meant to do it, but I forgot. Mega Spider-Man for €5. Hiya, lads. Welcome back, LP, Matt, and Vex, to you all. Who are the sexiest, best designed Marvel characters in film or TV?
Thank you, Mega Spidey.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
I know. I have an immediate answer.
Go on.
In film, Chris Evans is Captain America.
He is. Yeah, that is America's ass.
Oh, I would say Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
Oh,
Right on.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good
Ooh,
one.
Ian?
what was that?
I have to be honest. I think that what's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy with the antennas?
Mantis.
Oh.
Mantis. I find her very sexy. I don't know why. Maybe it's the antennas.
Interesting.
So you would do it with Bugs?
I mean, no, that's gross. But she's. I don't
Just
know.
think of all the
thin,
places you could reach with those antennas.
Yeah, she's thin. She's got a cute face. Well, minus the antennas, she's got a cute face and everything. So I don't know. Well, but I think she's sexy. Yeah, for sure.
And then, of course, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Got to throw that in there.
he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Ian?
I'm trying to think of a female one, but
No, it can be a man as well. We know you like Cox.
I like Charlie.
Hairy
Cox.
Cox.
Charlie Cox. I don't know. Is there any good-looking females in the Marvel universe?
Well, I think Scarlett
Famke
Johansson.
Janssen used to be
yes,
pretty.
sorry, I forgot. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, are we only talking about MCU or are we talking about all Marvel movies? Because I think
Just
Elizabeth
Marvel
Olsen.
characters filmed on TV.
I was thinking Marvel characters, so everyone.
Oh,
It
well, I
says
think
Marvel
Elizabeth
characters,
Olsen
yeah.
also is hot. She's pretty hot. She's got nice boobs.
Lord, any?
Yeah, I'd say Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow was quite good. Elizabeth Olsen, yeah, I guess, but then they stopped making her attractive, and then she became a maniac and killed everyone, so maybe not so much that. For guys, not many. Maybe like Ronan the Accuser, just because like I like big Smurfs. So
Big hunky Smurfs.
yeah, big giant Smurf with a huge hammer that goes around killing people. Can't get more than that. But otherwise, actually no. Weirdly, I can't think of many fuckable male Marvel characters. That's a shame.
What?
Yes.
Captain America? Come on.
Yeah, come on.
He's
I-
so hot.
I would say, I was going to say Peggy Mitchell, but that's EastEnders. Peggy Carter.
Peggy Mitchell. Really?
Wow.
Peggy,
I think
Peggy
she's cute.
Carter, but I'm
That
going
was
to go.
Barbara Windsor, wasn't it? Peggy
Yeah,
Mitchell.
but I'm going to go. I'm going to go. It was Brie all day long.
In the Ben
but-
Brown.
Who was the girl that Captain America fancied? It was the daughter of, or is it the daughter of?
It was.
Peggy?
Like the grand niece or something?
Yeah,
Of
she was-
Peggy Carter?
Peggy Carter, wasn't it?
No,
yes,
he's talking about Peggy Carter's like
niece
know,
or something.
grand
She was
niece.
hot. She was
Other
hot.
ones,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
was-
the
she
first
is
time we
hot.
saw her,
She
she
is
was
hot.
hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was quite hot.
Sharon Carter. There we go. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Sharon
Yeah.
Carter. Yeah.
See, here you go. See, Morlock has got my back. There you go.
Mm.
Yeah, and
Loki, when
Carter,
he
by
was
the way.
all crazy in the first few Marvel films, was hot, but then they made him kind of a good guy, insane, and he lost it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this
Quinn.
actress called her name is Skylar Samuels. She was in that show The Gifted. She plays Esme Frost. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. She was pretty hot. I was like, yes, please.
Okay.
Well.
Tom Holland has a better ass than most Marvel women, so there is that.
So true. He is pretty hot.
What about Fammy Jansen? She's
I-
Famke
yeah.
Janssen.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, she's
She's
pretty hot.
gorgeous, or she
Yeah.
used to be before she had that surgery.
Yeah, that was a bad.
Halle Berry, hot.
Oh,
Do we
man.
want to add anything to this?
No.
Yay, nay?
No.
is this a normal thing to ship out a movie and in the contract be like, you can't have an intermission or you risk
No, it's rubbish because
they're-
this is just made up news.
Yeah, they're just
It's up
whining
to the
whine.
cinema. It's up
If
to the
the-
cinema what they
Yeah,
do.
if the audience is asking for it and it's going to drive people, because honestly, sitting 3.5 hours in a theater,
It's a
that's a
long
a
time.
plus
Yeah.
previews, right? I don't
Yeah,
want to go.
previews and shit. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're
that's
promising
5
me an
hours.
intermission, I'll go to the theater,
For
hands
sure.
down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. What, 4.5 hours? Ugh.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Somebody's going to have butt cheeks that fall asleep. Just saying.
Okay, speaking of quality entertainment, the savior of cinema. We thought it was Tom, but it's not. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour movie has passed 200 million worldwide on a budget of 15 million. One of the most profitable movies of the year.
Is it really
Poor
considered
Matt
a
G
movie?
missing this segment.
I really don't
Sorry, Matt.
understand why people rush to see this film.
I don't
and,
either.
you know,
Oh,
I
I don't get it. Yeah,
I
well, listen,
can't.
Taylor can't sing live. I mean, the only talent she has is being a writer. The stage production is saving this whole performance. It's not good.
Have you seen
but-
it?
No, but I can tell you I've seen clips of it online, and she can't sing live. But I'm sorry I interrupted you, Vex.
Oh
but
no, you're good.
I
you're
have
good.
I have two nieces that are obsessed with Taylor Swift. They've seen this concert live 3 times in America, and
What?
they're going again in Shanghai.
gosh.
Next year, and they went to see this movie 3 times also. So they have spent so much time watching this concert. I totally get why she's made so much money. It's ridiculous.
There was also a tweet this week. Her net worth is about 1.2
She's a billionaire. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
billion.
I mean, she's obviously a savvy
1.2.
businesswoman.
Yeah.
I was talking to a student earlier. He's like 17, but very obviously gay. He loves Taylor Swift, and he told me like he has been dying to see her in concert, but every time, especially with Toronto, they really jack up the prices. It sells. It's already expensive. Sells out within an hour, and then the resale tickets are just through the roof. That it's cheaper for him to go to the U.S. and see her live
What?
there. Yeah. So there, and even when they were selling the pre-sale tickets for this, they only had specific time slots and it was gone, I think, within 2 hours of going live. Then they released another slot of show times and that was gone in less than 2 hours. So people are legitimately like going across the world just to either see this movie or sorry, I would say this live screening because it's not really a movie, or to see
Yeah,
her in
agreed.
concert because it's so hard to see her in concert. So
Yeah.
it's there's a weird phenomenon around Taylor Swift, but I can believe
It's
that it's going to keep making.
well, it's
Wait, Mum. This
spot on
isn't a
marketing.
movie. This is a live broadcast.
No,
It's
it's
an
a
Eras
concert.
No,
film.
it's a pre-recorded
It's a
concert.
yes.
I think it's two recordings of a
live
show, and they've
Yeah.
obviously
Okay,
edited
okay,
that
both
makes sense.
together, so you get
That's
the
why
best
it's
bit.
weird to make it a profitable movie when it's maybe theatrical releases is more appropriate.
But it
Yeah.
is by a huge
Yeah.
margin the most profitable of this type of release, though. No other
Yes.
concert film has
Yes.
made anything like this amount of money. I don't understand it. I can maybe. Do I know any Taylor Swift songs?
No, I don't
There's
know.
that.
You
Will
told
Not
me
Get Back
you're a
Together,
massive
is that
fan.
one?
Yeah, you probably know some.
I'm sure I've heard them. I just can't remember them. And the ones that I think I do know are just complete generic
like-
dog roll.
Yeah, like we never ever ever.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, or shake
Stay
it off,
together.
shake it off. Shake it
Isn't
off.
like the
Don't know
phrase
that one.
"haters gonna hate"
Yeah,
like
the hate
from
is
her
gonna-
song?
Very,
Yeah,
very
that's- yeah,
catchy.
that's
Here you
Shake It
go,
Off, yeah.
Garth Kipling. Eras, arse, more like. Very good.
Yeah, I don't even know because I don't know if you guys really listen to her songs, but Folklore was a shit album. I don't know why people like that one, and this latest one is just the same song over and over again. It's ridiculous.
She's just got a dedicated fan base. It's like Beyonce.
That's
All
so
you need is
true.
that one or two good albums, and you build up a fan base that will stick
Yeah.
by you through everything.
Yeah, isn't her
fucking ching is what you're saying.
for sure? Isn't Beyonce's concert movie coming out in December?
Yeah,
I
because
think so.
Yeah.
of this. That's
You
why.
go, gravy deep, no ass.
Am I right in that her fans call themselves Swifties? Is that a thing I heard?
do. They do.
Oh god, if we could code some sort of super weapon that would genocide a group of people, Taylor Swift fans would be high on that list.
Remember when she was dating Tom Hiddleston, and then they made a new nickname for Hiddleston Swiftie fans? I can't remember what it was. That was trending for a while as well.
Yeah.
Because
Hiddle Swift?
the
Swift-
Hiddleston fans
Swiftleton.
call themselves Hiddles or something like that, or Hiddleites. I can't remember, but yeah, they
It
go
was
on
something-
stage.
it
he's
was
not
something
playing James
crazy.
Bond anyway because of it, so let's move on. Okay,
Because
so-
dating her is like an investment proposition. You don't actually do it because you like her or even know
sorry.
who she is, but it will make your career if you do, at least until she makes a
Let's
song about breaking up with you, in which case
well, I'll
you
just
suck.
quickly go back. You go, Hiddle Swifts. There you go. I won't do.
This is
I won't
old
do
news.
side. I won't do side effects
Oh,
comment.
I'd love to do cider feats.
Okay.
Oh no, poor Brown.
See, I'm a fan of these two guys.
Me
Schwarzenegger
too.
says
This
his
is-
rivalry with Stallone got out of control when we tried to derail each other. We had to have the best body count. We had to kill more people in our films, and we had to have the biggest guns.
This is
Welcome to
old
the Gun
news.
Show.
This is
Yeah.
old news. They've got nothing to talk about. We've known this forever.
It's
Do you know what I mean?
because
It's ridiculous.
Sylvester Stallone's Netflix documentary, I think, is dropping next week,
Oh,
and
Uh-huh.
Arnold
Yes.
had his just a couple months ago.
Oh, did he?
so-
Alright.
Yeah, so they're just trying to bring some hype.
I like both of them. I think they're both
Yeah, me
done
too.
sterling jobs.
Yeah.
I do too.
Oh,
I'm a little
Sterling.
partial to Stallone, but yeah.
You thought they did sterling work, Ian.
They have indeed, both of them. Sterling.
Sterling work, everybody. You go Wolfsbane for $2. Swifties say she's better than Jackson.
Which Jackson?
Delusions.
Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson? What? No.
Yeah, that's
No, that's
ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yeah, that's crazy.
She's probably,
There you go.
saying Josh Jackson. That's probably.
Lord Jaws,
Jermaine.
20-year-old news, and we don't mind. It made for great action.
It
era.
did.
It did. 80s and 90s. Oh, what a time to be
Mhm.
alive.
Both
Yeah.
of them
What
were-
a time.
produced great movies. Both of them.
Man, yeah. They sold movie tickets. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best Schwarzenegger movie.
Ooh.
That's
Predator.
easy.
I would say Terminator or Terminator 2 for me.
Yeah, I would say Terminator 2.
Mhm.
Lord?
Yeah, probably agree. T2, Predator, Terminator. Maybe in that order, but ask me tomorrow and the order will change.
I would say Terminator 2 and True Lies because I love those
Oh,
two
yeah,
films.
True Lies.
Oh, True Lies is great.
So
True Lies,
fun.
yep.
Yeah, definitely.
So you go, timing. I'm partial to Lord Jaws. Action Hero.
Action
yes.
Hero.
I do love Action Hero.
It was okay.
Yeah,
It was alright. It was
I
alright.
also really like
Termin-
Kindergartner Cop.
I was
That
gonna say
that
nobody
was-
said Kindergarten Cop. I'm
And
gonna laugh.
I watch every year Jingle All the Way. I love that movie too. So
That's a cute movie.
I watch it
I
What
every
actually
about,
like it.
what about
Predators.
Terminator Dark Fate?
Oh, God,
Okay.
Oh no, you didn't.
Sorry, not Schwarzenegger. Stallone's best.
Rocky and Rocky 3.
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 was fun.
Oh,
It was
I
a
love
lot of
Rocky
fun.
3.
Yeah.
I mean, I love all the Rocky movies, but
That's
my
right.
favorite's Rocky 3.
I love Rocky 4.
Yeah.
I've not seen
Rambo.
any of the others, but I love
The
Rocky
first
4.
Rambo was terrific.
Yeah, first
Yeah.
Rambo.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah,
First
that one's
Blood.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord, favorite Stallone?
I'm not a big Stallone fan. I'd guess Rambo, but I've not seen it in a long time.
It's a good movie, Rambo.
It is. a
That's
good
when he
movie.
was just ordinary. He wasn't bloody blowing up helicopters and
There you go.
stuff like
Judge
that.
Dredd.
No, it's terrible.
I think,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a
feel
lot
like
of 'em-
Demolition Man deserves an
Oh,
honorable
that was
mention.
fun. That was fun.
You know?
Yeah, I agree because
Oh, there you go.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Copland, yes, he was very good in Copland. Put on a lot of weight as well to play that
He
character.
did, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Is anyone else loving how much testosterone is in this headline though? Like, think
Fucking
about the
hell.
being made. They just
I-
fucking complain about, oh, I hate this role. It's bogged down my career. And these guys are just like, I'm bigger. I'm killing more people on screen. This is great.
I'll tell you the film I liked that everybody hated that Sylvester Stallone made was Rocky 5.
Yeah, I
thought it
was not a fan of
okay.
Rocky 5.
I thought it was
I'll be
okay.
honest.
Yeah, I love all the Rocky movies, even if they're ridiculous. I just
Yeah.
love them. They're just so much fun.
Here you go. This is a more recent thing,
Oh, I love
and I
that.
agree. Everybody, if you've not seen Tulsa King, check it out. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's good in it. He's very good.
Really good. If you've not seen Tulsa King, check it out. It's fantastic.
Did you not just say that?
He did. He said it twice.
Everybody, oh, sorry, chat moved up. Z3PO, Tulsa King deserves a mention. Top series.
Are you in a
Check it out,
loop?
everybody.
Did you just say that like 3 times?
Everybody, check out Tulsa King. It's
Deja
recent.
vu.
Deserves a mention. Top series.
Deja vu.
Deja vu up in here.
I knew you were going to say that. Let's move on.
Arnie and who? Oh, Edgar Wright. He's going to remake.
I
The
did
Running
not
Man?
know.
Why?
Why would you,
Why
need
would
to
you do
remake
that?
that?
Why are you remaking stuff? Do something new. You've got a lot of talent.
Edgar Wright can write
Make
stuff.
something
Like,
new, yeah.
seriously. He did the Cornetto trilogy. Make something original.
Yeah, exactly. Idiot.
Yeah.
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 I wasn't a fan of The Running Man.
I thought it was okay. It was directed
Based
by
on
Paul
a
Michael
Stephen King
Glazer.
story.
Yeah,
Starsky. It was directed by Starsky.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I love The Running Man.
really.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I was
He did say,
massively
"I'll be
disappointed.
back," didn't he? In that film.
He did. I just love when he's signing that contract and he stabs
yeah.
that lawyer in the back with the pen. It's so good.
Tulsa King, Electric Boogaloo. Yes.
Oh, no.
Why would you remake it though? It's so stupid.
They're going back
There's
to
no
the well of
point.
remakes, aren't they, folks?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll do it more like the book than the movie
Mm-hmm.
did. I mean, that's the only thing I can say that would make it, different.
There was a
Okay.
Running Man book.
Okay,
Yes.
question.
Yeah, Stephen King, dude.
Okay, question
Oh.
then. If you could remake one Schwarzenegger movie, what would it be? Ian?
Oh God, I don't know.
I need a minute.
Raw Deal, because that
Yeah,
was awful.
I like
Raw
that
Deal
one,
was
yeah,
terrible. So I would
Yeah.
remake that and make it better. Because there's no point in doing the other films.
yeah.
They were all really great, weren't they? Most of them.
Vex?
I don't think any of them need remaking. Like, I'd like to see another Predator movie because I like that universe, but I
Yeah.
don't think you need to remake Predator. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ready?
What was that
I'm gonna
film when he
go
was
with,
cloned? Sorry, what was that film where he was cloned?
Sixth Day, was it?
The Sixth Day, yeah. Clone you, clone me. Maybe we should remake that one because that film was awful.
I'm going to go with Marlon 83 and say Junior just to be different.
Oh,
There you
Junior.
They'd make him trans, though, in that
I
movie.
know. I actually liked Twins. Somebody mentioned
I
Twins,
love
but
Twins.
I
That was
love
fun.
Danny DeVito, so
Yeah.
I actually really
Catty
like that
remake?
movie.
I mean, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that I would I guess Batman and Robin, but at the same time, I love.
that's true. I
love
forgot.
his Mr. Freeze. It's so campy that I love the shit out of
It's
it.
cheesy
but
as hell,
at the same time, I would like them to redo it because when I was a kid, I was like, this is not very good. So
I love that movie, actually.
Yeah,
It's fun.
it is. It's so much fun. It's so much
Lord,
fun.
can you
Cool
think of one?
off.
Schwarzenegger, yeah, not Stallone.
No,
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
I like the premise for Total Recall. I know they did do a
Yeah, I do as
remake,
well.
it just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So maybe a better remake of that.
For sure. What was that movie he did where he was like fighting the devil? What was that
Oh,
one called?
yeah.
Yeah,
That was quite.
Yeah, they
quite
can
good, I
redo
guess.
that one. That would be fine if they redid that one.
Okay. I'd like to see another Predator film, but
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't know.
That'd be a
Done
good one.
properly, not
Exactly.
a shite begotten.
Yeah, for sure.
What I don't understand is when they did another Predator film, why didn't they go back to him? Because he was the only one that survived, and they should have went back to him.
He didn't want to come back for another one. That's why.
Well, now we probably will come back for
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
apparently, didn't he, in the novelization or the comic or something, he got radiation
Oh.
sickness, so he died. That was. Anyway. Here you go. Just when you don't think it can get any worse or better, James Bond producer confirms character and films will be reinvented for the modern world.
Weren't these latest movies for the modern
Pretty much
world?
done that way. At least the
Yeah.
last one. Yeah.
I don't watch. I haven't seen a full Bond movie, so I don't know. But I thought they were for the modern world.
It's rubbish, really, because they just don't know what to print. And if this is true, Broccoli said this. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She has no clue what she's talking about. Modern world
Yeah,
can mean
KK.
anything. It could mean
KK
anything.
syndrome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said this on B-Sub last week, but the writing was on the wall that this was going to happen for years before the whole Daniel Craig stuff and
Yeah.
everything, because they started taking out parts of the old books and republishing them.
Writings on the wall. That was one of the lines from one of the songs, wasn't it? James Bond song.
But that was almost a decade ago. They started republishing the books like that, so it was only a matter of time till it hit the movies as well.
Mm. And you see how they put that picture up, with the black
Black woman,
character,
yeah.
and it's like trying to get discussion here. It's bollocks. She probably didn't even say this at all.
Yeah. Doesn't matter anyway. They killed him. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. There you go. He's
Lots
dead.
of-
It's dead. It's
Lots
shit.
of lots of timing tonight. Keely Chow.
Damn it.
R.I.P. James Bond.
Damn
Yeah, he's
it.
dead,
Hey,
folks.
Keely Chow.
It's worse
It's
than
not
that. He's
even-
dead, Jim.
Yeah, it's not even resting. They killed it.
Mm.
And they didn't need to. And they can go fuck themselves. Let's move on.
Get in the bin.
Is it a picture of Brown?
Now listen. No.
He should
Oh,
be reading headlines tonight. So
I'll just say, look. Oh, sorry, chat moved up. No time to DEI.
Just give us back our James Bond. That's all I can say.
No, it's dead, folks. The one it's fucked.
you get Jemima Bond now.
Oh,
We'll
dear.
be
I can't
surprised.
even remember what I put in the bin.
What did you
Oh,
put in the
right,
bin?
okay. Right, I had to do my research for this one.
Mhm,
Keep the buzzwords
mhm.
to a minimum on this, hot words. I just thought, fuck.
Fook.
Ugh, this is gross.
May I? May I?
Wow, really?
I would just say, well, do you want to read out what it says?
Sure. Amaranth is collabing with a beer company to brew a new flavor using her vaginal yeast.
That's disgusting.
It's
I
so
heard
gross.
about this.
This is a Polish beer company, and they got her vaginal yeast several years ago. It's just
What?
back in the headlines because there's a launch for it now. But this company has been doing this with a variety of female content creators for quite some time.
Ew.
That's nasty.
Why would you want this as a human being? This is just gross.
If you're a dirty
Dude,
old
there
man.
are some guys out there that maybe they're lonely and they can't approach women, and this is the closest thing they can get to
Then
touching
There's being
somebody.
lonely and unable to approach
And-
women, and then there is
yeah.
drinking vaginal yeast.
Yeah, maybe
kind
they
of thing
figure
like-
they'll never touch a real one, and this is the closest they can
Then
get to it. I
Spend
mean,
your
I don't
money on a
know.
woman. Go to a hotel. Spend your money on a woman for an hour
Buy
or
a
two.
Prozac. yeah.
I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. This is gross. I'm sorry. This is, and
Yeah,
this
it's
woman
really
is just,
disgusting.
and this woman is just a despicable, vomitous human being. This is gross. I'm sorry. And who?
There you go.
I made this joke before, but I bet you
Skankwiser.
it does better than Bud
Could do
Light right now.
Wankwiser.
I hope the beer company donates all the profits to therapy for the people who buy the damn beer.
Yeah, yeah.
How would they describe like the overtones of the beer? How would they describe
Cheap,
it?
lying, see you next Tuesday.
Right.
I just spat on my mic. Sorry, folks.
Sorry, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I do not understand this obsession with this Amaranth chick because I've seen her a couple times. She's not that hot. I mean, she's hot. She's got a great rack, but every time I'm just like, I don't understand this obsession with cam girls and all that stuff. It's just really, I don't know. And this is just disgusting.
How would they describe the beer? Like meaty overtones of
They actually did describe it.
crack.
In one of the adverts, they did use, I think, floral. There were like
Floral hints of sweet corn and
something like
yeast.
that.
That's gross.
But
Ugh.
in terms of the whole Amaranth thing, so her cans are fake. So let's throw that on the table first, Matt. I'm sorry.
No.
But
There you go. With a hint
That's
of
okay by me. That's okay by me.
egg.
I just need them big and in my face.
she got, I guess, she was pretty
Implant-wiser?
popular before COVID, but then COVID happened, and then all these girls became hot tub streamers, and she blew up even more during that period, just because she already was
tell.
kind of on the rise to fame. So,
Well,
but a lot of
if you've got
guys
it,
like
flaunt it.
they just they don't know how to. They got locked in their house for a year, 2 years. They have no social skills, like especially when she was on Twitch. Like that's primarily like a younger like teens demographic. So this is just what they're growing up on and used to, unfortunately.
Roast
Why don't you
beef
just eat
flavoured beer.
Marmite? Marmite's made of yeast. Just eat Marmite. It'll probably taste better.
Yeah, I've had Marmite before. It's not that bad.
It's wonderful.
It's better
Especially
than
on
Vegemite.
toast.
Mm.
Especially on toast. It
Yeah,
tastes
that's what.
wonderful.
Yeah, with a little bit of
Okay.
butter. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Marmite's not that bad. You British
So,
got some decent food.
welcome to Marmite cooking tips on Mr. Brown Lads. Is that worthy of being in the bin then? Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, but
Okay, so Amarath.
Move on.
Okay.
Throw it in the bin and move on.
Quick super chat. Nearly forgot. Wolfsbane, $2. Thank you, my friend. Fave Cage film. Mine's The Rock and Face Off.
Those are good movies.
Yeah, mine is also Face Off. That one line, I could eat a peach for hours. Oh. I like throwing that into random conversations. I love that movie.
Ian, fave films. So I'll put it back up. There you go.
Fave what films? Cage films. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Cage.
What's it? Ghost Rider.
Jeez.
What about Kick-Ass?
Yes,
Kick-Ass
Kick-Ass.
was
Oh,
alright.
Big
Right,
Daddy.
Yeah,
Kick-Ass,
I'm in the Face Off and Con Air. I love Con Air.
I love Con Air as well. Put the
but-
bunny back in the box.
Yeah.
Rennie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Same
I'm not a
here.
big Cage fan, so
Same here.
yeah.
Catty.
I'll say a Con Air.
I'll say
I'll just say
what you
Con
doing,
Air.
boy?
I'll just say Con Air. He's got some good ones in there though. He's got some really good films in there.
It's Fog on, Leg on, Cats 83. Platoon, Lord.
The Wicker Man, just for the bees.
Not the best.
Okay.
And finally,
Finally.
Um,
Okay. Shocker, everybody.
oh dear,
Yeah.
Matthew Perry died yesterday
So sad.
or a couple
Yeah.
of days ago.
there was a few
54.
people that was mean. That one person said that Friends was the worst show ever made.
I hated it.
I
And
loved
just,
it.
Yeah, and just like
I've never seen it.
Hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I've never
Oh my
seen
God.
it. But
It's like one of my favorite shows ever, and I still watch the reruns from time to time. So now, whenever Chandler enters the room or comes in a scene, I'm probably going to tear up. I love
it-
Chandler and Joey.
Yeah, it is
So,
really sad, and it's gonna be like it's. I always did love Matthew Perry though, just because I grew up at that time where he was just everywhere. So,
Mm.
this is really sad. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Died in his jacuzzi, apparently.
Yeah,
So
drowning to death.
they released the 911 call earlier today. His parents had called for cardiac arrest. I was chatting with some people yesterday too
Oh,
because
okay.
I thought the hot tub thing was kind of weird. But if you have very serious heart issues, you're not supposed to be in hot tubs or saunas at all.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. And also that, but he was posting some really like cryptic shit on his Instagram right before he died as well, which is take
Probably
that as a
high,
win.
I'd guess, just because he had severe drug problems for most of his life, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was but like in recent years he hadn't been doing it. He was a huge anti-drug advocate. Oh,
He
did
would
we
help
lose-
people, yeah. I read a quote that he would help people, yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
dropped off then.
He's one of
Uh,
the funniest out of all the Friends, in my opinion. He used to make
no,
me
for
laugh.
sure.
Yeah, I think he was. I didn't like Friends either, but he and Joey, their just relationship and chemistry on screen is
Yeah,
what carried the show. In all honesty,
yeah.
he had 14 surgeries on his stomach
Mm.
because of all of his drug issues, and he went to rehab 50. He said that he spent about $14 million throughout his life on drugs.
Mm.
Oh man.
It's crazy.
She's back, everybody.
Yeah, sorry, I got knocked off. I had to mute myself because one of my neighbors had their car alarm going
Oh, yeah,
nuts,
yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
and then it just kicked me off of StreamYards. So
Did you take your special new award pistol out to see who it was?
I
She's
guess
not got
it.
it yet.
Hmm.
That's your gun, by the way.
It's a shame.
Oh, yeah, no, I
It
know.
is.
Trust me, I still have ammunition and another gun, so it's all good.
For sure. Yeah, you gotta.
So,
gotta have those
Rennie,
ones.
so anything to add?
To Matthew Perry, no, this actually really hit me hard last night when I saw it. The husband and I were out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I actually saw Z's message, and I just was like taken aback, and I was like, no, this can't
Yeah.
be real.
You sound
And I
like
had
him.
to Google several times, and I just was like, oh my gosh. And
There we go
he's
again.
sorry.
You went, oh my God. That's what you used to say, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought I said something weird.
No.
Sounded weird. I can't help it. I'm still a Valley girl. But like,
Rodeo.
I was
Nicolas
like,
Cage movie.
oh my God. Like, but I just was really, really in disbelief. So I had to Google it several times and look at different sites and just make sure. I'm like, wow. And then when they said he drowned, I'm like, what a horrible way to go. It just broke my heart knowing that's how
Well,
he
if
went.
he had a heart attack, he wouldn't have known anything about it.
But still, some people have heart attacks and they still are quite conscious.
Yeah.
54 is
Fairly
nothing.
young.
So
Yeah.
young. So young.
To be fair, I mean, I think his time was again, that drug history and all the health issues he had. I
Some
don't think
nasty
he was
drugs
gonna.
as well. Some nasty
Yeah,
ones.
Yeah, he
Unfortunately,
was
his
addicted to
life-
pain relievers. Like,
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Was he
When he
Vicodin?
finished
He was.
doing Friends, he basically was destined to be a movie star, and if it wasn't for the drugs, he probably would have made
Yep.
it, wouldn't he?
Yep.
So he started.
I'm
He-
just
he-
going to throw out there, wasn't he pro COVID vaccinations?
He was. Yeah. He
A
had
lot of
shirt.
people who have
you-
quite a few of the jabs have sudden heart attacks.
Well,
That is a thing. Just putting it out there. Don't know if it's true for him. Just saying.
He had so many health issues, though. It like
That's
any of
true
those could have
because of
also
his
yeah.
addictions. Yeah.
okay.
But he had a shirt that said like, "Could you be any more vaccinated?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was shilling for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So he probably got like 5 jabs. I mean, who knows?
Okay. So chat moved up. So, should we say rest in peace, Matthew
Rest
Perry?
in peace.
54 is nothing.
Yeah.
I was reading that at the height of his addiction, like seasons 3 through 6 of Friends, he has no recollection of whatsoever.
Yeah. He did say that in an interview.
Like,
Wow.
That
Okay.
that Diane Sawyer interview he did a couple years ago, I highly recommend if people haven't seen it, go watch it. I know he's a celebrity and we kind of look at people differently because of that, but you really empathize with the guy. He's had it rough. So
I read a quote before we came on. If a drug addict asked him for help, he would help them.
Yeah,
he
because
knows the
he went
hell of
through
it.
it himself. Yeah.
So he would help them anyway. Okay, so rest in peace, Matthew Perry. That's it. That's it, folks.
this version of
Nice,
Kathleen
already.
Kennedy is far more attractive than what we have in
The
real
real
life.
thing, yeah.
Spectacularity.
That is it, folks.
Adios.
Stellar numbers coming off.
Yeah, amazing.
Platoon's premiere. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you to everyone who came and stuck around.
Yeah, guys, we are here every Sunday, Wednesday and Sunday, doing this stuff. So
Rubbish.
if doing this rubbish. So if you've enjoyed it and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It's all about the numbers. Keeps me doing this. Please, pretty please. Chat, thank you. You are wonderful.
The best.
They are. They know it as well. Appreciate the super chats. Sorry I was a little bit slow on some of them, folks, but we got there in the end. So, chat, you are wonderful. We will see you next time. I will thank the guests. Vexomorph, thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's always good to be here with you guys.
Great to have you back, Vex. Make a geek. Cheers, in.
No worries. No worries.
Rennie L.
Hey, yeah, it's good to be here with you guys, and we always have an awesome chat and an awesome panel. Really enjoy schmoozing with you guys and interacting with the chat. So thank you.
New gun time tomorrow. Exciting times.
Yeah, heck yeah. Who wants to be
Yeah.
target practice? I'm just kidding.
Ian,
Check under your bed for Kathleen Kennedy tonight. There you go.
Yeah.
I've genuinely missed this guy because I
Aw.
genuinely love this guy.
That's
this
our
guy,
Linda.
this guy brings the energy. It's Mad Cat 83.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh,
I missed you
listen.
guys too. Listen, I had a really good time, you guys. I always do with you guys.
And last but by no means least, the boy wonder himself, Little Platoon. Cheers, Lord.
Thank you as ever.
Are we on tomorrow? Peace
Don't
up.
know yet.
Okay. Watch your space then, folks. So that is it, folks. We are back Wednesday doing something. We don't know what yet. But we're definitely back next Sunday, same time. Enjoy Halloween.
Also, remember to look under your beds just in case Kennedy is there.
Sorry.
I will say then, folks, my last sentence. Please like, share, subscribe, especially the subscribe. So I think that is it.
Don't touch a Panderstone.
Tally bye, everybody.
Bye.
If we don't see you tomorrow or Wednesday or just have a great week. Take care, everybody. Take care.